For the Marines. We've returned again, Saturday night. Every Saturday night, as per what Goku said in that one video. Totally real and not AI. It's totally AI. I have to legally tell you that it's AI that did that. Welcome to the Afterdark. We're here. It's the month for that. And let's do the intro thing. Now, you know, it just kind of dawned on me, before we come back to us, that I totally forgot to add something to the intro that I intended to add to the intro. Because I feel like it is actually very, very important that I add this.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hold on, let's do that just one more time.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Did it do it? Okay, I think it did. Wait.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing.
Wow.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Wow, that's pretty cool. It did it all those times. I think. And we're back. Let's just hope that that works in the future, because I don't know if that did that properly or not. We can only hope. And hope. You gotta have hope, like Rogue One. Because that's what keeps you regular. That and Metamucil and Ovaltine. Metamucil, though. That's right. But why don't they call it Roundtine, right? Like the jar is round and the lid is round. Call it Roundtine. Yes, but something oval and something round can both fit into the square hole, right? That's what I learned from that video, that they all fit into the square hole. Why? Because that guy was like speed running that box. He found the exploit and he started using it. I'm just saying, if I ever play that game with that box on this channel, I'm using the square hole. I'm using the fucking exploit. Yeah, but it's any percent. I mean, like, that's like a whole different category. Any percent, man. Any percent is any percent superior to 100%. It's because you're doing everything you can, everything that's possible to manipulate the game to be able to get to the end. So you're putting all of your blocks, whether they're rectangle, triangle, hexagon, circle, or square, all into the square hole because, one, you're able to more easily predict where the thing is. Unless you muscle memorize where they are, you also need to then align the piece with the hole, rather than with the square one where you just need to do it with the square. And the square is going to be easy, because it's going to be a bunch of right angles in your hand. So you see, that's why speedrunning with the square hole, where you're just putting it all into the square hole, right? Circle piece, triangle piece, square piece, octagon piece, Walmart special edition, we're rolling back prices all over the place, smiley face piece. Like, all of it. All of it. Alright, so we're here. It's Saturday. It's after dark. Kind of. I mean, the sky's still blue over here, so is it really after? It's after. It's somewhere. It is dark. All right. So I guess now, before we get into the normal, natural nitty gritty of what we're gonna be whining about, so how is everybody? How are you, Jackler? Pretty good, pretty good. And we got AR with us. How are you doing, AR? That's right. We always have good days. We always have good days. We have no resets and no restarts here. We have no save states. We have no reloads. We have no exploits. Just raw positivity. That's all we do here. We have the power of Christ and anime on our side. Hey! 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 Hey there, Jackler. We won't be naysaying no biblical truths or pages or none of that on this show. Well, I mean, you right here, you, my Dark Angel bouncy ball friend, you live in the land of the golden Giga Jesus. So, like, you live in the place where like, constantly, like, towering above you is the mechanical Giga Jesus that one day is gonna get brought to life by the pink goo from Ghostbusters 2. And then it's just gonna start walking over, like, Brazil, right? And, like, everyone's gonna be like, holy shit, it's Giga Jesus! And then Godzilla will come out, and he'll shoot fire, and then, like, Giga Jesus will, like, throw like a million infinite fish out of his sleeve at like Godzilla, and it'll be great. He'll turn the ocean into wine, and Godzilla will be so drunk that he won't be able to win the rest of the fight. Yeah. So, why are you talking to yourself? What? Is the... Yeah, what's going on there? Actually, it looks like the desktop audio is not working. That would have been awkward. Well, let's give this a minute.
Schizophrenia stream.
Hold on, let's try that. Wait. So, say something.
Hello. Something.
Yeah, wow, you're coming in fucking loud now. Wow, you came in with an explosive sneeze. I could see the audio come through. So we had... Oh, so that must have been an entertaining 10 minutes of me talking to, essentially, ghosts. You know, where it's like... See, I can... Like, where I can hear you, and I know what you're saying, right? But no one else can hear you. And they can only know that you're talking because of this, like, it lights up in the background. But, like, is anybody really talking? Or is it just, like, a light show? Like, you know, say your name. Beep, 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 beep. It's Billy. The ghost of Billy Sawyer, who lived inside this house.
Someone didn't take their Benadryl today.
Oh, wow. Oh, we got Luke in the chat. Wow, we've got some long-time runnings here. Okay.
Hello,
so you know what?
Hello.
Okay, we'll how about this? Let's speed run the whole beginning of this conversation of how it went. It went, "Hi, I'm Slathe. This is Afterdark. Here's the intro. I'm doing pretty good. Hey, Jackler, how are you doing?" "I'm doing pretty good, Slathe." "Hey, AR, how are you doing, AR?" "I am also doing pretty good." And then we got to about this point, right? Where we were about to start sharing some stories or getting to some things. But looking at this, I think, based off of what we had in sort of the preamble show, you know what, in future, I'm wondering if I should, like, before we start, when we do our little hangout before we do the show, if I should maybe drop that record button. So then all of a sudden we have, like, the before the stream show, you know, we could throw that out after, like, oh, here's some bonus content. This is what it was like before the show.
There's the behind the scenes. Yeah.
Behind the scenes? We'll see if there's interest in that. But, you know what, I think... Right now, this would be a great time, I believe. This would be the opportune moment. So, AR, I believe that you had said something about we were talking about an AR segment early on in this show. So AR.
Okay, yeah.
I would think that now that our mic troubles are over, right? Can I just get like a 1-2 test from you right now?
Hello.
Yeah, that's
1-2.
1-2. That's awesome. So AR, I believe you said that you wanted to come forward and to say something on the stream.
Yeah.
And so I will.
You are surrounded by people who love you, AR.
I
You can say whatever you want.
We'll get out of we'll get out of the way here. All right, so take it away. Take it away, AR.
To the former GM of the campaign, I would like to apologize that there was nothing personal, and that there was true moments that were actually enjoyed during the RPG as a healer, that I got to witness the rest of the party truly enjoy, and that it disintegrating 100% is not on his fault, but was a multi-tiered decision by all members of the party to do that. There you go.
That's it.
Beautiful.
Oh,
That
do
was
you want more from me?
That was it. Well, hey, this isn't for me.
I mean,
I don't know. I'm not gonna name a name. I'm not naming names.
In my culture, it would be appropriate for you to cut off your toe and offer it as an offering of peace, but maybe that's just me.
Oh, look who we
Not
got
gonna
here.
happen, I'm sorry.
We got Kronk in the chat. We got Kronk from Australia.
It's like the sooner you get off to cutting your toe, like the easier it is for everyone. They are.
Yeah, that's fair. But at least the plan to wipe everybody out as the healer never happened or anything like that, right?
Wow.
Malevolence was actively
This guy's
incentivized.
plotting here.
Wow.
It was. In all honesty,
Look at this guy
it
plotting.
was. Right.
I feel
There
like
was that active,
I feel like you're.
malevolence from me.
I feel like after what you just said, you're really sticking a stick in your spokes right now.
In myself? Well, I always do.
I feel like this is all like that. This is okay. I think that's a perfect time to move on to something else, right?
One that brought it.
Let's
Well,
just.
I mean, I'm saying sorry, and I'm making it meaningful, right? Like, if you're gonna have the presidential apology or whatever the fuck, you have to actually make it for something. I'm sorry for holding malevolence as a healer
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
and being like those active like negative moments for other members in the party and such like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not good with the words.
Oh, so on a totally possibly less divisive subject that's not going to upset anybody, how about those presidential elections? Oh, Jesus. Oh, who do we got here? We got Java. That's how Java talks. I guess. Wow, what a fucking lively one's here. We got a whole chat here. We got a whole fucking party. Oh, it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one. But you know what? I think that I'm prepared. I have for this. I've got my bag full of weed. I've got a big bottle full of fucking rum. I think that, and I've got like my boys. I've got one of them for 2 hours and one of them for as long as I want. Because, as the Bible told me, you take an awl and you pierce the. Okay, so who are you gonna vote for, Slathe? Well, Pedro, obviously. God,
Pedro's got my vote, absolutely.
You vote for Pedro. You always vote for Pedro. He can do sick jumps. Okay? So, what do we have today? Oh wait, you know what? Jackler. So how was your day? How was your day? Now that we can hear each other, everybody can hear you. You're not a ghost anymore, I think, unless this is some type of like EVP or...
Unless you truly are dead after the crash.
It wasn't a crash, it was a lake. And when my foot got caught at the bottom of the lake in the clay, right? And while I was passing out and like suffocating, that's either where I went into this like final dream state coma that made up this whole reality to make it more peaceful, or that's where I then was put into the purgatory as the spiritual entity.
Okay. There's some
Wasn't
brand new Slathe lore here.
It wasn't a crash.
Right, that's the takeaway from this. It was not a crash.
That was Taylor Swift. That's right. Nothing exciting from Brazil land.
Not particularly. Not in my life anyway. I've been playing Elden Ring lately, and that's just about it.
Elden Ring. I hear that game is pretty tough. Is that the right one?
Oh,
Is that
yeah,
the one?
they're all pretty tough.
And that's the one that there's all these memes where it was like, what was it? It's like Link walking out and he's like, I'm going off on my very first adventure. Oh, look, it's a skeleton, the first enemy of the game. And then the skeleton like stabs Link through the chest,
like
and he's like, this is Elden Ring, bitch. Right?
Yeah,
like,
that sounds just like the average From Software game, yeah.
So is Elden Ring just the new Dark Souls? Is that the story here?
It's by the same devs. It's very similar. It's a different, mechanically gameplay. It is a lot like Dark Souls, but it's got its own thing. It has a lot more than Dark Souls 2 because this is an open world.
Oh, hold on! I gotta cut this here. There is an urgent question. This is coming in hot from off the press, like ding, 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 right here in this flyer, right here. I have a question, a burning question from an audience member right here. How are AR's balls after the attack? AR?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Everything is fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything.
That's
I mean,
good to hear.
I got no tire tracks on my feet or anything like that.
Yeah, but we gotta like maximize the outrage though. Like, can you somehow make this outrageous or like fear mongering?
No,
So,
I'm totally cool after
do you
that.
believe that that vehicular testicular attacks in women will be on the rise under the current or under the new administration?
Ooh.
Where do you stand?
What do you believe would be the best policies for the future leader of the free world to have on testicular vehicular domestic attacks? Yeah.
Well, as long as they don't lead to future Brooks moments, we're totally fine.
What if they honk their horns? We do have a question here from one of the nation's penitentiaries. What if they're honking their horns? Coming from a tag name I don't identify as tag name. What with no comment. No comment.
No, too hard to judge.
Okay. Did AR? Okay, we got some questions here. Let's go to the chat here. We don't usually have this. Did AR end up doubling down and go on a date with her friend? Hold on. This just in. On the hot questions. Did AR double down and go out with her friend?
Went out on dinner day with her, yeah. What's wrong with going out on dinner? And it's not just her friend.
It's not just her
come on
friend.
now.
They're not just friends, sort of thing.
They're special friends.
Did you take her not just a friend? Okay. All right.
Gentleman never answers those questions. Never tells. So.
And we have a quote from just in from the hot off the presses journalism team. We have everything is right quote. Broken victim says after brutal homicidal attempt while under pressure by Christian recruiter. Wait, who? What? All right. And that's the news.
You got me, Chief. I don't know.
All right, so that's the news. That was our news segment. Okay, good to know. You know, out of all of the subjects that I thought we were going to talk about this evening, AR's junk was not one of them. But apparently we went there with also grace, class, dignity, and a little bit of laughs along the way.
I'm sure
If
it's
they
a
want
fine
the laugh,
pair
if
of
they want
nuts.
the actual laugh about it, Scarface has new scars.
Say hello to his little friend.
That's how I always open.
That usually gets the gawk in mouth for, you know. That's what I say. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, you know, that gets the blood flowing there usually. Oh wow. Oh wow, look at that. So, okay. Keep maglite torches away from this one. What's a maglite torch? Oh shit, that's one of those fucking flashlights, isn't it?
It's just a big. It's a big flashlight.
And it's a flash. It's
a
flashlight, right? Just making sure it's got that
FLASH.
Right? But it is electrical, right? So it does have an E in it. So there is an E in flashlight, right? And if you add an E to flashlight, it spells flashlight.
I'm not sure where the E comes from.
From the electricity.
It
also comes. I mean, there's also probably some guy in most cities downtown that makes it in like his bathroom, but like that's like, I mean, like just letting you know. You are wondering where E comes from. It doesn't come from the fucking E fairy or off the E tree.
It comes from Curie, obviously.
Yeah, it comes from, well, Curry, like in the chat.
Yeah.
Like oh yeah, all the E's come from Curry.
Yeah,
where is Curry?
Come from him. I mean, you know.
Where is Curry? He's usually in the chat, and he seems like he showed up and then disappeared. Where's Curry?
Dead. He's locked in my basement.
He's getting tromped by everybody else. Careful, he's a hero. A hero masochist. The fuck? The fuck are you talking about? This is the story of a man named AR. He's got genital scars. He's got the track record. He's got the tracks from the back of her car. Boom, boom. Like, this is that, you know, like it's a whole drama. What do you think? Was it a cop drama? Is it like a supernatural magic show? Is it like kind of like a comedy? Does it have Easter eggs? Are we going to see like fictional characters show up, like Punisher or something? Is this AMC?
We get a few cameos. That would be cool. Yeah.
Would it be an Amazon show? AMC? Would it be like, I don't know? Is HBO still a thing?
I feel like it'd be an Amazon show, given the entire premise is around AR's schnutz. I think that would be an Amazon show. It sounds very Amazon-like.
Yeah, but it's about a woman causing damage to his junk. That does sound like an Amazon show. Yeah, no, you know what? Yeah. But wait.
That's very.
It's too far for a Disney movie, unless it was one of those rare Disney movies that has that like rated R sort of level.
Oh yeah, they could say one F word. Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that what they did in fucking Wolverine or whatever? Or was it Deadpool?
That's what they did in the. There was the new Guardians of the Galaxy. They said fuck once.
I thought that there was, but what was that one with old Logan? Didn't that one have a bunch of fucks and a bunch of like shit and a bunch of content? And...
I don't know. It had a lot of like blood in it. There's that, but I don't know about swearing. Because remember, guys, like blood, you know, that's fine, but swearing, that's a bit too far.
Didn't Wolverine fucking punch somebody in the dick in X-Men 2?
Maybe. I don't. That they
was
were
X-Men
owned by
2?
Disney, though.
Yeah, but it was like it was Fox. It was
then.
Fox. Yeah. I mean, like, doesn't he like, there was the guy, he like cuts off one arm and then he cuts off his other arm and the guy grows him back and he's like, come on, and then he like punches him in the dick and he's like, grow those back, and then he goes off. Right? I think it was one of those ones. It was the one with I think it was the one with the needles. Is that the third one?
I don't recall.
Where they have like the plastic guns with like the take your powers away needles. I think that's the third one, right? So, or the second one, or whatever. It was one of those ones. It was one of those movies. Those suck. And so Wolverine punches a guy in the balls, and he says, "Grow the." But then again, we don't know. Maybe he clawed him because we don't see it. Would Wolverine claw somebody in the dick and cut off their balls?
I feel like that's gonna be a yes.
It's in character. Like,
That's
it's not.
a yes from me.
That is in character for Wolverine to do. He will, like, I mean, Wolverine.
I believe that.
He probably agrees with Bob Barker, right? Where you have to spay and neuter your pets, and you have to spay and neuter your mutants, or else you get more mutants. So he's really a friend of humanity, isn't he?
I always like that Wolverine.
Well, I mean, out of all of the X-Men, isn't Wolverine the most like the angry sunglasses, shiny sunglasses bad guys that all have like Norman Osborn hair?
Yeah.
You know, speaking of Norman Osborn, I saw this thing that earlier today. It was this meme, and it showed Harry Osborn, but whatever, fucking close enough. And like the old Spider-Man cartoon from the 90s and stuff like that. And did you ever notice that the Osborns have waves in their hair, and also Green Goblin wears like a do-rag?
Yeah, they've had that for a while. Yeah. Norman Osborn's got the fucking fade. Yeah.
So does that mean? And also, here's the final ticker in it. Norman Osborn and Harry Osborn both are like gingers, right? They have red hair. So I predict that Norman and Harry Osborn are the first, are one of some of the next characters on the chopping block of we need to have a new character be diverse. I mean, they're a redhead. Their clock's already ticking. Think about all the different redheads. Think about Velma and April O'Neil, and there's a lot of them. Starfire. I mean, she's a fucking alien.
Oh yeah.
And she's orange, but still.
She's orange, but apparently that means you're black.
Not if you're a former president. Right.
The unfairness of our world is truly disgusting.
See, that's how it works. So, okay. I guess that's what we've got there. Jeez. Wow. So I guess, do we just go on to the Acolyte now? We got anything else? Well, you know what? Let's utilize our time a little bit more effectively. Let's use it effectively and efficiently. So Jackala. We were talking about this before the show, and I wanted to bring it up on the show so that way it's documented, logged, and there's a record of it. Okay. So I was playing Fallout New Vegas the other night, and I was at the end of the game. And I was kind of like, I don't know, I was wrapping everything up, but then there was something that stuck out to me, which I feel like maybe we could see this in the future from that Fallout TV show. And it was the Archimedes space laser, or whatever. Because in the game, you have to divert power to it, or like you have to choose where power goes, and then you either do the good choice or the evil choice or whatever. And that I chose that choice, which really lines up with the whole yes man thing as well, right? Like where there's the right. It kind of I feel like it lines best up with the yes man as well, where you activate the Archimedes, and so now suddenly I'm seeing it where at the end of spoilers to the end of this Fallout show, if you've not seen it. Jeez, where the fuck have you been? So
fucking loser.
Fuck. So the end of this Fallout show, they activate cold fusion. So it's like the end of The Saint, that fucking Val Kilmer movie that's like trying to be a James Bond movie. And where they activate cold fusion. So now, really, if you have cold fusion and it's active and you're able to create infinite energy, forever with no downside, all of that shit. So that alone should dramatically change the world, shouldn't it? But now there's going to be the people who want to have the cold fusion, and there's going to be the people who want to make other people not have the cold fusion, so they can have the advantage over the people, right? There's going to be that. But still, I feel like it almost ties into that Archimedes laser, and maybe to Yes Man, with Yes Man being like, I'm gonna need to shut myself down for a while. Well, he never said how long a while could be. It could be, I don't know, 15 or 16 years, right? And then he comes back, and then he comes back online, and suddenly here he is. He's here to help. He's Yes Man. So I feel like those are things we could easily see in that.
What I think needs to happen is he comes back, like, you know, so he's going to come back, he's going to be evil, he needs to be called No Man.
Not his Canadian counterpart, wee person.
I can see my comedic genius is lost on all of you. Don't worry, it takes a lot to understand Jackler 1.
Yeah, it was a little bit too brainy for a lot of the people here.
Oh yeah.
You know? What did you think of wee person? It's the Canadian.
I'm not,
yeah, it's the Canadian Yes Man. Wee person. Yeah.
I'd say I prefer them individual personally.
Whoa, they them.
Yeah.
They got to him. Jackler's woke now. They got to him.
Gosh, yeah,
Oh,
got
Jackler.
me, man. Like,
you're woke. What did they do? What did they do to my boy? They massacred my boy. It's all right. It's all right. Don't worry. We'll unwokeify you.
it was the soy milk. Soy milk is woke.
Well-
It's people.
Well, don't worry. I'll strap you down and get you to watch that Cleopatra thing.
Oh God.
Yeah. I'll open your eyes like fucking Clockwork Orange, and like just start dripping in like the eye drops.
Oh no.
Right? Oh, speaking of eye drops, sure, let's get some eye drops. Then I get to have it's like acting, right? Eye drops. Isn't this how all the professional actors do it? They just take some eye drops and they go like this. They just like shoot themselves in the face a bunch of times, and then they're sitting there like, I won an Oscar. Oh my god, it's so good. I'm such a good actor. And then lead props by Clear Eyes. Okay. Oh. Wow, my eyes, they feel so clear and clean and refreshed. Brought to you by our sponsor, Clear Eyes. Could you imagine if there was a sponsor to this crap?
Tactical soap. Oh yeah, tactical soap sponsorship. That'll do it. For those of you in the know, that joke was absolutely hilarious.
I think that if we were to get a sponsor, it would have to be the Sierra Madre. Because it's not...
Because really, the Slathe the Space Marine show is all about beginning again.
It's not finding the Slathe the Space Marine Afterdark show that's the hard part. It's watching it.
Oh yeah, watching this show is very difficult.
Yeah, it's the watching of it. That's the hard part. Letting go is fucking a cinch. So like pretty much like you get to walk out here with the bars, right? It's the watching of the show. So okay then, that was pretty much it. That was pretty much my whole thing about Fallout. There, that's all I just noticed that the other night, and I was thinking, there was that. Did you have any I don't know if we were talking about this last time. Did you have any predictions of what we might see or what you would want to see or for season 2 of that show? Because I heard that they're they're trying to ship it out the fucking door right now.
Apparently, yeah. My friend told me something about this. I don't know, the confirmation or how true this is, but apparently we're going to be seeing some New Vegas characters in the second season. Again, I don't know how true that is.
I mean, they're going to be 15 years older than they were before, so I mean, who could we even see?
I mean, that doesn't mean dead.
Do you think that they'll actually have an appropriately aged actress to be able to be being the cry caller for the Atomic Wrangler?
Chances are very high, yes.
Well, if they choose somebody that's at least 15 years older than... If they get the same person to do it, they would be at least
Yeah,
15
'cause
years
she'd be
older.
older now.
Yes, so it would be okay. Just don't look up who the actress is, how old she was when she made that recording for New Vegas, and it's fine. Right? Am I right? Am I right, Todd?
Yeah.
Mr. Howard, not Coop. The other Mr. Howard.
If you think that any person to survive for 15 years in Las Vegas is pretty good.
I hope it's Harold. Even though he wasn't in that game. Alright, I hope it's, let's see, who could have... I hope it's Rick and Malf. Rick and Malf need to be alive.
They could still be around.
And they need to make them gay, too.
Oh, yeah, and into each other, because, you know...
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Do we ever see Mick and Ralph have a girlfriend? They seem to live together in the same store. One's a little bit older, a little bit younger. So we got kind of like the bear dom and like the ferret bottom. Well, that doesn't necessarily stop them. I mean, like you pointed out earlier, I've been reading the Bible, and there's daughters that go up and get impregnated by their father. So what's your point? If Rick and Malf want to have like a Rick to mouth real relationship, then that's what they can have. Like, are you really going to be so bigoted against Rick and Malf for having like a gay incest relationship?
Well, you know, I mean, of course not. Like you said,
in the wasteland of the Mojave. That's right. That's right. So what kind of flag do they have? Is it like a rainbow two-headed bear?
I think that fits perfectly.
It's a two-headed bear with like another two-headed bear behind it mounting it.
It's no, but the two bears have Kevin Spacey's face on it.
No, but the mounting bear has like a rainbow shooting out of its dick into the other bear, and then the other bear has rainbows shooting out of both of its mouths. Right? I've seen enough anime to know what that means. So, I think that Rick and Malf need to be gay now. And who else do we get? Oh, Big Red, right? Big Red's got to be alive, and she's got to have a big red hole, because of all the people that got her eggs.
We definitely need Fisto back, as he is, you know, truly the best LGBT representation in all of Fallout. So we definitely need Fisto back.
Fisto would live with Rick and Malf. Yeah, they bought him.
I think that worked.
They bought him from the Wrangler.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Who else could there be? Arcade. I mean, he's kind of old, right? Or old look. Oh, isn't he like younger? But he has like, he has white hair. Like his hair turned gray, like super young or something.
He's blonde.
He's blonde.
Yeah.
I always thought he had like gray hair or something like that. But all right, he's blonde.
He's just blonde. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just this weird tone.
He's pretty young, so it's just like the shading's weird. But no, he is blonde, and last I checked, he's pretty young. So yeah, he could be around. Honestly,
a lot of characters. If it's 15 years,
at least, you know, companion-wise, right? If we're just talking about the companions,
he's gonna say boom.
Everyone could be around.
Rex.
Yeah, I'd say Rex could be around. Yeah.
Yeah, because even if Rex started decaying, they could replace his biological parts and...
Well, yeah, they got the whole quest of getting the different brain, so that's not a problem anymore.
I mean, only so much of him is cyber dog, and some of it is like actual dog, right? So if his like snout got smashed in, couldn't they just find some other dog, do some surgery on it, kill it or whatever, take its snout, put it in there, and Rex has got a new snout now? Am I wrong on this one? With the way that this is kind of working, it's almost kind of like you got like a fucking moddable shit. What's the term for when you can swap things in and out? Modular fucking plug and play dog.
Modular dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's almost kind of like the fucking the fossils in one of the new Pokemon games, where you slam together a bunch of fossil shit and then it creates some like monstrosity of a bunch of different fossils into some creature, and then so like it's that, but Rex. That's what I'm thinking. So Rex could be in there, but of course they didn't show a single super mutant, so wouldn't it be kind of jarring if suddenly if they brought in like I don't know, Tabitha.
Yeah, she could still be around, off doing stuff with what's it called, Rhonda.
So it'd be easy to bring in Rhonda because they've already brought in a Mr. Handy. So that would be easy. They would just have it just be a Mr. Handy and call it Rhonda.
Mm-hmm.
And then people would think it's quirky and fun. And they would probably use it as some type of transgender allegory because it's got a man's voice, but it's named as Rhonda, and it's programmed.
I'm sure they would. Yeah.
They would do it. It would happen, and so that's why they need to do that. And then what else? What else is there? There's so many options. There's so many options. Veronica, would she be the leader of the Brotherhood of Steel of the Mojave?
I wouldn't go that far. No.
Would we get a Sierra Madre chip somewhere in the background?
Oh, absolutely. It just so like someone can point and go, "Yo, remember?"
Do you think we'll ever see Zaytons in the TV show?
Who?
Zaytons.
Oh, the Zaytons.
Yeah, Zaytons.
I think as maybe like a passing mention, just this character name drops them.
Does no one ever mention aliens in the show at all so far? AR, like, you've watched it a few times. I think I've watched it now, like, twice. Does anyone ever say the word aliens or even mention, like, UFOs or anything even once?
They might have mentioned like exploring the system a bit.
In the TV show?
Or like when they're saying what they can do with the vaults, like find out like how good humanity can survive in like isolation.
Like, you mean in, like, the last episode when it's all the CEO is talking about? Maybe, like, in that, because it becomes a flurry of words. The possibility that someone said aliens in that conversation is there, because there's no way to know what everybody was saying there unless you were, like, layering all the voices, so it's possible.
And then beyond that, like,
I don't know, I think the aliens
they haven't
themselves...
seen like the night sky.
No, that's true.
Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
like nobody scanned down the night sky, hasn't seen any like dots moving in it or anything. They could have done that.
What if the aliens aren't aliens at all and they're just a Vault Tech cover-up? Because if you go on their ship,
Yeah, that's the best expansion.
If you go on their ship seems awfully, very specifically done in certain ways. Like, if you know what I'm talking about, there's a lot of stuff that matches production on like Earth and stuff like that. They have like the way they have their shelves sometimes. Like they have like the shelving rooms. Some of the bolts, even how like there'll be bolts on the walls and things like that. And
you're talking about assets that are being reused continuously since the time of Morrowind.
I'm just saying that their ship.
Did you ever also notice?
Yeah.
Did you also notice that the main difference in that ship is that the green tint that is permeated throughout the rest of the game is not there?
Yeah. I noticed it was different. It was like, it was almost misty. I would almost say dreamy. If there was any new layer,
they changed the color white.
Yeah,
changed its color.
Have you ever
like
noticed that
white.
every Bethesda game after like Oblivion is kind of shit? Because I have.
Wow. Is it true?
What do you meant to say? It was every game after Morrowind, but yes.
Oh, whoa there.
Morrowind isn't forever that, but after
exactly.
after Oblivion, like tell me one good thing Bethesda has like put out, man. There's not a lot.
Clearly there are people out there who are like cringing over all of the games that came out after Arena. That which wasn't even probably Bethesda.
Those are the true Elder Scrolls fans.
They're just like, oh man, all you guys, you're just all pampered with all of these qualities of life. You don't know how to really play one of these games. And then there's the people who are fucking rolling over in their grave, and like the epitaph on their gravestone is like reading them, and man, you guys don't even play Zork. And then there's gonna be like ashes blowing in the wind that will then like land on like a brick wall, and the ashes that will like land will like will start writing even older things. It'll just go back and until all the spirits of the past are pretty much saying, "You fucking young whippersnappers." You know, there we go. Until finally it reaches the final point of humanity, where then a boulder falls onto another boulder. The boulder smashes, and then the rocks that hit the ground and into the rubble spell the word "Ugh." Right, it goes right back to the root of humanity there, pretty much saying, you know, you guys just can't, you know, you don't even know gaming. The true gamers, right, of the Stone Age.
Much
See,
like yourself, I suppose. Are you one of those gamers, Slathe?
Gamers of the Stone Age. Sounds about
Yeah.
right. I'm pretty well gaming with like, or a lot of the times, you know, it's just like, all right, let's play with like a stick and fucking rocks. Let's go.
Hey guys, today we're playing Monkey Island from 1993.
Hey! I played the modern one too. I played that.
Yeah.
You know, what if I were to catch up on that series? Because there's a game that came out last year.
And it does not look good. I don't know story-wise, but it does not look good.
It's a different style. It's definitely a different.
It's a fucking ugly style.
I hear ya. It's like a different style. You know, wouldn't it be nice if they were to make that game, but you could swap it between different graphic palettes, so you could make it look...
Too much work.
It would be too much work, because you'd have to make every environment, every character, and every asset 3 different times, let's just say. But just for the sake of it, making a version of Return to Monkey Island where you could swap between, like, classic 90s graphics, the special edition style graphics, and then that style of graphics. And that's just 3 different kind of versions. Although, there's also, I mean, Guybrush looks different. If we were to take the different styles they've done, he looks different in Curse of Monkey Island. He looks different again in Escape from Monkey Island, because that game is done in 3D. Then he looks once again different in the Telltale Games Monkey Island, because it's a Telltale Games game, and you know how they all have that distinct
I didn't know there was one.
Yes, there is a Telltale Games Monkey Island game. And
Is it any good?
I've never played it. I've only played the first 2.
That's not true. That's not true.
What's not true? Well, no, I played. Oh, I
You
turned on
had
I had the third one on for about like 10 minutes to show it to you. But yeah, so I guess you're right. I played the third game technically for a few minutes and got stuck in the first room, so I got nowhere. So, you know what I mean? So it's like I don't know how much I'm really counting that at the moment. But okay, you got me. You got me pinned to the wall. Come on, AR.
It is a month for that.
That's right. You get pinned and you get pegged, poked, prodded. All the
Examined.
P's. Could you put a P in there somewhere?
I'm sure we could.
It is the month to put a P in something. But da-da-da. Wow, I really feel really secure and confident that I put that disclaimer at the beginning of the video. Hold on, let's just do that again. Hold on, let's see. Is it gonna... Hold on.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Did it work?
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing.
so, but I
Viewer
can't
discretion
see
is
it.
advised.
Maybe I need to loop it. Hold on. This is gonna be really annoying for a moment, but I need to loop it.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Some viewers
So
may
then
find the
that
following
way-
video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Some
not
viewers may
showing
find the
for some
following
reason.
video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
That's really odd. That's really odd that it's not showing it. That you can't see it when it should be seen visually. I'm just gonna go back just to see. Yeah, it looks like it's a black screen. It's not doing the thing. It's not doing the thing it should be doing. Whatever.
Did
I'll
it crash?
No, it didn't crash. It's just that for some reason it's not playing that video. It's not showing the it's just doing like a verbal thing. When it should on screen have like warning. Oh wait. Oh wait. Oh, there we go. We need our anime cutaway there for a second. Okay. What else we got here? What are these? What is this? What is this? Oh, it's that guy's tattoo from the other time. Okay, I'm gonna delete that.
It's that guy's dead wife.
It's pretty well. What's this? Afterdark active. It's actor Darf.
We after dark alert.
After dark. That's right.
Warning: this video may contain after dark.
Warning. Wait, what's this? Oh, sweet. Awesome. That's right. Now I get to be one with the light and have the halo behind me, while you are also you're like the voices within the heavens. We have golden Jesus statue energy, and I don't know what AR's got.
Red alert.
And he's
Lights.
got red alert lights. That's right. He's got red alert lights.
It's the
And-
ultimate combo.
There's a question I got for you, AR. How'd that, did you ever finish that Enterprise ship you were making? You were making a Starship Enterprise, and you were making it all cool, like, look like space and stuff?
Yeah, it's on my desk at work.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
If we can show that off at one point, that'd be awesome.
No,
No?
it's at work.
Also,
It's like at my desk at work.
you can't, like, ride it back? It's like an Enterprise.
It'll be like disrupting like my entire like little nest of like collectible things that I like to like mess around
No
with
balls.
at work.
No balls. No balls. No balls.
Oh, he's you're being no ballsed. Though, I mean, this is the month for
Well, at
that,
least
right?
they survived.
That's true. If they survived just to be removed, though, is that a win? That's what I thought. It's not a win. It's not a win.
The AR lore is getting
I don't
very
know.
crazy.
I don't know. This is like a lot of like effort, right? Like this is so I want you to get this into Imagine, right? You're requesting that I leave my house
Yeah.
to go get a model and come back for your show.
No, that's not what I.
You
That's
go
not what I
leave
said.
Your house to
That's
go
not what I
get
said.
Something.
That's not
and
what I
come
said.
back for something. Yes.
That's not what I said. That's not what I
he
said.
Absolutely.
That's not what I said.
Yeah. No, not
That's-
happening.
That's not what I
happening.
said. That's not what I said.
Well, that's what it sounded like,
That's
And
not
it's
what
felt
was
like-
said.
and it's the month
Oh.
of Field.
It is the month of
I think,
feels.
I think
Let's-
what he's trying to say is if you're ever at work and you would like to take some pictures of it or perhaps bring it back to your domicile to take some pictures of it, we would like to see it at your leisure, of course.
See,
Yeah, maybe in like a year.
Yeah, see, Jackler speaks Slathe. He knows the way of the
Yeah.
words. He knows. See, that's what I said. See, that's what Jackler said. That's what I
Yeah.
said. That's the one. Yeah.
I speak for Slathe. I am the one who been guided by his holy texts.
You see,
I know what he wants.
I misinterpreted the rules. That's
Not me. I interpret them correctly always.
that's right. So okay, what else? So what do we got? We're about an hour into this. So I mean, on one half, Jackler, you've not seen this, but I suppose we should probably start talking about one of the only topics that I suppose is the only topic we got. So, what episode are we on now? Is it episode 6 or 5 or of the Star Wars The Acolyte? The might as well be straight to fucking Amazon, Disney, Paramount Plus, you fucking name it. You know, the show starring Michael Burnham from fucking Star Wars twice, but like she's also Rick James. The show. It was episode 5, right? That we got up to? Is that the one? That's the one where the guy suddenly turned from like, he turned from like, what was it? Smelly bum guy to like Shang Tsung in like a snap second. Did he die?
I think he's
Yeah.
so. I think so.
What?
Did you just stop? Did you just shut down or
Well,
what?
it, like, no, it like lagged out. I didn't hear anything.
Oh,
What was the question?
so the acolyte. So the
Yes.
only topic that we have on the list of topics.
Oh no.
That's right, because when we have no list of topics, there's got to be something. It's always fishing, right? You know, it's why I always been at the start of the stream. I'll put it in the chat. Put some fucking topics in the chat so we can talk about something. There's that post on the channel. Put some fucking topics in here so we can talk
Little
about
lizard
something.
tried.
Remember, if the episode of After Dark is bad, it's because of you.
You heard it. I didn't say it. It was Jackler, and
It's your
Yeah.
fault.
Yeah.
it's
Little
your-
lizard tried.
This show is
What I
only
say
as
about
good as
Acolyte
you make it. So
This only shows
yeah.
you. This show is
That's right.
funded by the people.
you see, here's the circle that has accountability, and here's the circle that's After Dark, especially me. So, okay, like we got Acolyte to
Little
talk.
lizard tried. Yeah.
Lizard-
Little lizard tried.
Lizard, what?
Little
You just-
lizard girl. The little lizard girl.
There's
right.
a lizard.
Sorry, wait,
Yeah.
what? Okay, wait, sorry. Now all
The
of a sudden I'm
little-
brain farting. What? What?
Yeah.
The little
had their
lizard.
fight- Yeah.
Oh, okay, little blonde lizard girl, space cop.
Yeah.
Space Jedi cop, right? You're under arrest. And the rookie
Yeah.
cop.
Yeah, she did really well.
She did all right.
For a
Okay.
For a
Yeah.
rookie. Yeah, like as like, not full Jedi. She did way better than the Jedis. If you think about it, like she actually
Yeah, the Jedi they all got kind of punked out, didn't they? Didn't they all just kind of get like finish
Yeah.
moved and they all just kind of disappeared? So this episode picks back up from where we left off the last time, where we had I was watching this on what are they called? It was either the Drunken Podcast or one of those ones, or it was like Mahler or something like that. You know, one of those guys. And I forget who it was, but they called him Smilo Ren, and I think that fits. Like, do you think can we use that, Smilo Ren?
sure.
Does that fit? Like, it fits the character. 'Cause what's his name?
I have no idea.
So he's Smilo Ren, right? Because he's
I have
Kylo.
no idea. I have no care
fits.
really. He's just some like Sith guy.
Right,
It's not even supposed to be there by like the pre-established. Like, oh, we follow the movie lore.
right. But
you
what's
create your own bullshit. That's
You're-
what you do.
that you're not wrong on that one. But when describing this, he's an intricate character involving in this plot. So it's a lot quicker to say Smilo Ren, which is definitely not in positive light of this character, than it is to say somebody who's a character that shouldn't be in the show, that I don't care about, that is in it, and we should make fun of him. So what do we call him? Like, bad guy? Badman?
Bad men do bad things.
Ezra Miller?
Ooh.
Right, he looks like Ezra Miller. Like, that's... I'm just saying, like, he really
Everyone
does.
I don't like is Ezra Miller.
No, you don't understand, Jackler, if you've not fucking see it. Which is why you need to fucking see it. He looks exactly like fucking Ezra Miller. Fuck. No, he's not Ezra Miller, though. He's, like, no-name Ezra Miller. So there's, like, some ever so slight differences.
We have the discounted version.
Discounted version of Ezra Miller. It's fucking miraculous how fucking Ezra Miller-y he is. Which is interesting, because wait, who owns fucking Justice League or all that shit? It's not Disney, right? But then
That's Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers, and that's what, Fox, or
Yeah.
is that who runs?
I feels like Fox.
So I mean, you know, right there, that was a bit odd. But so either way, it's what, fucking Ezra Miller then starts off his fight. Everyone's fucking gone, and then what is it? I don't know if I predicted this last week or if it was just in voice chat, and this is beginning to bug me, because I swear I fucking called it, and I just saw it happening for, like, exactly what it was, and it just seemed like the writing was on the fucking wall. So, good guy, girl, chick, she gets knocked out in this fight. Or no, she gets, like, launched away, and she, like, goes running away with asshole Jedi. While the rest of them start fighting bad guy, and he's pretty much, like, killing them left and right. He kills the guy that looks like Plo Koon, I'm pretty sure. So that must not be Plo Koon unless he's, like, a cat and he's got multiple fucking lives, or, like, whatever, he respawned, I don't know. But they killed Plo Koon looking guy. And then... So then what was it? Then he's having a fight where he's chasing after evil sister. Because he needs to kill the evil sister now, because she's betraying the bad guy side. So now the Jedi are trying to save the evil sister from the bad guy, Ezra Miller looking guy. And so then... and so then he has, like, a fight.
Better.
Huh?
I'm like, it doesn't get better.
No, it doesn't get better, right? Like, I'm not reminiscing this show for my own personal pleasure and enjoyment of the episode, right? It's then he chases, like, what was it? Then Jedi Master fucking guy from Squid Game chases after them, and then they get his, like, mask off, and he's Ezra Miller, and he's about to, like, he's got the lightsaber up to her head, like somebody like somebody with a, like, in a hostage situation with a gun sort of thing. Like, he's got her and he's got, like, the lightsaber to it, which is, I don't know, have we seen that before? You know what I mean? Like, a lightsaber as a threat.
I don't feel like we have.
So, like, that's...
It feels like we should. It makes sense, but I don't believe we have, no.
It feels like something that would only exist in some kind of fan fiction fucking lightsaber fight YouTube thing. Right? Because
You
like,
would know a lot about those.
That's right. I was an expert at those. And so, either way. So, okay. Then good girl sister grabs a flashlight and gets some beetles to attach themselves to Ezra Miller's Smilo Ren. And he gets team rocketed away by the army of bugs. And then... and then evil sister fights the good sister and knocks her out, and then she cuts her hair off because her hair is longer, so she cuts it with her lightsaber to make it the exact length and not singed at the ends with lightsaber as her sister's hair, and then steals her clothes and then redresses her sister in her clothes, and then leaves her passed out in the forest, and then in her sister, so good girl sister now dressed up as bad sister is locked out, but evil sister dressed up as good sister, she's going with Squid Game Jedi Master guy, and so she's gonna go do some whatever, and then Smilo Ren Ezra Miller guy, he shows up, and he then like heals the good sister, and he's now going to have her as his apprentice or something, because he wants to have an apprentice, and he tries to make some kind of point where he's like, but you guys say I shouldn't be allowed to exist, and I want to be able to use the Force how I want to do it, by, like, killing people and stuff. And you guys won't let me do that. You won't let me just be me. And it's like, you know what? You're really making a good argument.
What about me?
You know, you're really making a brilliant argument here, Ezra. And, like, I don't know. And he's going around, like, choking women with the Force. Like, he really is Ezra Miller, actually, now the more I think about it. Like, the more you actually kind of think back on it, it's weird. He is Ezra Miller. This is going to get played during, like, Ezra Miller's court case, and they're going to be like, as character witness, this character here, Slathe the Space Marine, kept calling this guy Ezra Miller. Almost as if... That's
almost as if he really is Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller sues the Disney company for $10 billion for a stolen likeness. So, I don't know. I forget when I called it, if it was last week during the stream or if it was just in chat. But, like, they were doing this, like, Olsen twin Freaky Friday switch thing where the good one is now trapped in the bad one's clothes. So no one's going to believe her when she says, no, I'm the good sister. They're going to just say, no, you're the evil one. And then she has to run away. And then she's now going to have to go and do some things she never thought she'd have to do. She has Jedi training, so she might use the Force to defend herself, and she may end up having to use the Force to fight somebody and may even end up killing somebody with the Force. And that would make her then go down a dark path that she wasn't meant to go down. The evil sister is going to go down this good path, where she's now thinking she's going to do something for her own means and to do something to get revenge or do something dark side, but then she's going to get this other perspective from the other side, the privileged life, whatever it is that you want it to be, whatever message they're trying to get across there, and then the good sister is going to have a turnaround, and then, or the evil sister is going to have a turnaround, and she's going to be good, and then now the evil former good and the good former evil sister will then have conflicts of point of view and will have to fight. Fuck, it writes it fucking self. Like, like that's it. How do you make a Star Wars story with twin sisters? Well, this will be talking about the duality and fucking mirrorism and all of that shit. And it's like, all right, the yin and the yang, where there's good, right? Because they've also tried to go heavily into that kind of shit too, with the symbolism and the characters. I want to say the yin yang. You know how the yin yang has some evil and good and some good and evil?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I mean, that might not be directly what that's meant to be, but like if you look at it from that way, there's some evil and good, and there's some good and evil, and it's duality that are always in a constant balance and conflict with each other. So they're gonna fight, and then they're gonna like kill each other or something, and then that's why we've never heard of lesbian space wizards. You know what I mean? Because the last two of them, Osha and Ahsoka, or whatever the other one's name is. Do you remember the other one's name, AR? There was Osha's the good one, right? And then there's the evil one. Was it like Elka or something like that? Elsa?
I can't remember yeah.
Whatever. The two sisters. So, like, they're gonna end up, like, killing each other or something at the same time at the end, and everyone's gonna cry because it's gonna be so sad, and it's gonna be, like, symbolic of, like, I don't know, like, group lesbian suicide or something. Like, fuck, I don't know. Like I don't know what they're going with this so far. They're trying to make it some kind of crime noir thing, but didn't the last episode feel like lightsaber porn?
Didn't the last feel like lightsaber porn?
Jesus, get a fucking Red Bull in this man. Are you okay?
No. I'm half
Damn.
awake today. But I don't know, it's just pretty much like they have like the combat moment, and that's pretty much like the best moment. It's the same as like the Halo TV series. Like you're gonna watch
Apparently,
it for like the moments for combat, and
The
then
bar isn't high.
I think the timer
like
on it though, I think somebody timed it, and the lightsaber combat in that episode out-timed episode 3's lightsaber fight, which is pretty fucking damn long when you think about it. You know what I mean? For like to be sitting there through a combat scene in a single episode. And these episodes are only like what, like 40 minutes or something? Maybe an hour?
I think it's like 45 minutes, to like 50 somewhere in there,
Yeah.
and then you have like credits on both sides plus catch up.
Yeah. So a lightsaber fight filling being like what, 12 minutes or something would be a long part of an episode, right? It would that's a long time in an episode of a thing. 12 minutes, that's a quarter of your show or more right there, right?
Yeah.
Is just that. So it's there was that. And I mean, like, some of it... Okay, how about this? What did you think of Darth Bad Guy turning off a Jedi's lightsaber by headbutting the blade and causing the blade to fucking explode or whatever it did? He was blocking lightsabers with his arms, so he's got some kind of fucking armor, Beskar, who fucking knows. But then he's got this helmet, and like, what was it? The lightsaber comes in, right? And he like goes back and he smashes it with his head, like he hits the blade with its head, and then the lightsaber like smashes and dissolves and fizzles back in, and the guy can't turn his lightsaber back on for some reason because he like broke it or something. What about that? You gotta have some thoughts on that. And even if, and Jackler, you didn't see it, but I'm telling you that happened. What do you think?
I'm sorry. I was in the middle of a game here. Well, I completely missed everything.
Wow.
That's my fault.
I am fucking
That's my
betrayed and
fault.
abandoned tonight.
Thank you.
Listen,
Thank
listen,
you.
listen, listen,
Thank
listen,
you.
listen,
Thank
listen.
you.
Look.
This is
Thank
like
you.
this is like a
Over here
protest.
You're over here
Thank
talking
you.
about a show that I've never watched.
Yeah.
So the amount of content that I am able to provide, the amount of commentary I am able to provide, is astronomically small.
Yeah. You've ever
So
seen
I don't
Star
know what
Wars
you're
before?
expecting from me here.
Have you ever seen Star Wars
I-
before?
Yes.
Do you know what Star Wars is? Do you know what a lightsaber is? Do you know what a Jedi is? Do you know what a helmet
Yes.
is?
Yes.
Okay. Now, someone turning a lightsaber off with their helmet, what do you think? Do you see how that question doesn't require you to watch the show?
Thank you. Thank
That
you.
really
Like
doesn't
that's
make any sense.
like that's what I'm saying. I'm just like you don't need to have watched it. I'm just telling you that happened.
I know. What I'm trying to say is I completely ignored what you said. That was my fault.
Rude.
Bitch.
Like, jeez. Wow.
Well, just be better then. Just be more interesting.
Be more interesting. Well, you know, I could get rid of the Discord background. I could put one of those videos of like a unicycle going down an infinite tunnel that's going from like
we
jump
need
to jump to jump to jump to jump.
We need some GTA 6 gameplay.
Yeah, but I need to put it in
GTA 5,
quadrants.
sorry.
In all, like, just like
That's
this,
the thing.
right? So it's in quadrants. So there's 4 different videos. So you can get lost in each one of the loops that you're watching there for 3 hours, and you don't notice when they fade and they loop and back into the same thing. They're cut perfectly, so it's just this infinite thing that just goes on and on and on and on and on.
Here.
Wow.
One moment.
Welcome to the Caddy Saturday Night After Dark.
Yeah.
Where yeah, this is the caddy one. There's no bad blood on this one, but bad blood be gone.
It's my favorite product. Bad Blood Be Gone.
Bad Blood Be Gone. It's my magic, it's my magic spell that I learned from the Harry Potter universe. That's the one where men are men and women are women, but you can use a spell to make yourself whatever you want. J.K. Rowling. How about that? Let me just take a shot at both sides at that one on there, right? Boom, boom. Right?
We're playing both sides.
We're playing both sides on this one. You know, Harry Potter, the story written by J.K. Rowling, the person that says men are men and women are women. But you can also drink a potion that can turn yourself into your best friend's girlfriend or whatever. But only for like 15 minutes. So like he's got to hurry up, right?
Yeah. What we're having here is like a Morph and Wolverine situation.
That's right.
You gotta take advantage. Well, you gotta strike while the iron's hot.
Well, I mean, like while it's presenting, right? That's why he came in while he saw Wolverine,
While
right?
he was
like
showering.
Well, Wolverine like has his arm to the wall like this, just like butt glistening in the fucking shower water, right in the dark. And then Morph walks in, just like, "Hey there, Logan, want me to scrub those hard to reach places?" And then all of a sudden he turns into, or what did he even turn it? Do we even get to see that scene? Did we even see what happened to Wolverine at that part?
We don't see what happens.
Doesn't
we
it,
don't
like-
see what occurs.
Like, doesn't suddenly Morph just kind of burst in with the rest of them, and he's like, "We're in hell!" Like, what happened? What happened to Morph? Did he turn around and, like, Wolverine had a vagina, and he was like, "Ah!" Like, what happened? What happened that made Morph, like, I forget. I only remember what happened to, like... Okay, what happened to what? Gambit was he walked in and he saw the, like, mutating Magneto rogue tree flesh wall thing. Right? He saw that. What, Cyclops had, what, like, Professor X walk into the room or something as, like, a puppet monster or something? Jubilee and Starfire or whatever the fuck's his name, Sunspot, whatever the Brazilian guy.
You know me.
It's you. It was
your.
your character, yeah. And then they're playing, and then they're like what, playing video games or something, or watching a movie, and then his mom.
Doesn't the movie become real?
No, I think it was his mom. Crawls out of the movie like the Thing. Right? Like the movie becomes real kind of, and then this monster crawls out of the TV like out of something out of The Ring. And then it turns into a Thing monster that transforms into Razul or whatever was his name. Raziel, Rafi. Brazilian guy.
I completely forgot his name. It's just me. Let's just say that.
So Jackler's character then turns into Jackler's mom, who's really disappointed with him or something, and then eventually somehow they all team up.
Sounds about right.
And then they get launched into the hell level, where the floor descends, and now they're in the pits of hell, fighting essentially the demons from fucking Ghouls and Ghosts. Like super ghouls and goblins or something. They're fighting the red demons now at this point. And then is that the part where Cyclops shoots Bishop, and then Bishop shoots all the demons, and then Cyclops and Bishop both say thank you to each other? Or no, you're welcome to each other? Is that the part? Where Bishop's like, shoot me! Which, I mean, like, you know, there's some commentary that I want to have about how Bishop's superpower is being shot, and that he's the X-Man, that part of his power is, like, having a gun that uses his power or something. You know, there's some...
I think it's good to have an X-Men that is pro Second Amendment.
I know, but part of his power is being shot. When he gets hit by things. When he gets hit by, like, an energy beam or wave or blast or whatever, Kamehameha, when he gets hit by fucking Spirit Bomb, he absorbs the power, and then he can shoot it back. Like, there's some social commentary, I believe, there that I kind of want to say, but I just don't know if I have the strength to do it. So I'm just going to gloss over that one. So fuck, like, I don't know. And then what was it? Morph turning into fucking Jean Grey or whatever? Oh my god.
Yeah, doesn't he also turn into Professor X, who, like, isn't, like, as far as they know, like, he's dead or something?
No, because in the last episode, he's dying. They call Magneto, because they need Magneto to help them send a message to the fucking bird space aliens, Professor X's girlfriend race. So then she can come down, and then they, like, space teleport them up to space so they can use their space medicine to heal him. So he could be dead, maybe, and they never heard from him again, but they gave him the best possible chance to live, and he chose to stay.
Okay, but the same thing still applies. It's a bit, like, insensitive for, like, Morph to just turn into Professor X, don't you think?
Yeah, he's a dick. Morph, honestly, here's my honestly, I think that when they put Morph in this show, they didn't know what kind of personality to give him, because this is a sequel to the 90s show. And in the 90s show, from what we got to see,
He dies.
we got to see, no, Logan! And then that was it for what we got to see of him. And then after that, he was like a heroin addict who was regretful of, like, a murder. Now, that's not a lore thing. I'm just trying to say the type of character he played. He was this tortured soul heroin addict character who has some dark past that he's regretting and trying to do better for, but he's also Renfield. He's crackhead Renfield from, like, Dracula. You know Renfield, the guy who
Yeah.
right? So he's crackhead
Yeah, Dracula's
Renfield.
guy, his top guy.
Yeah, and that's what we get to see of him as a character. The only time other than that in the show we get to see him as a character is at the very end of the show, when they, like, somehow pull him back and he pretends to be Professor X for a recording to show to the world while Professor X is dying. That's it. And then they gave him such minimal character, sort of personality there, and he still looked the same. He didn't look like fucking the chameleon from the Spider-Man show, but whatever. Now he's like Marshmallow Pillow Man face. So, okay. But Morph, they gave him the personality of Deadpool from the Deadpool movies. Like, his commentary is jokes, and his overt sexuality towards Wolverine.
So what you're saying is that he's nothing like the original.
What I'm saying is that that's what they went with for this version of Morph. That they went with Deadpool. And then even if you get rid of his hair and his facial features, because he had a gaunt face and, like, I think had, like, a sharp chin and, like, a long kind of like angled nose sort of thing, like the way that, you know, he had a distinct face that they gave him for this show. But in this new show, he looks like somebody wearing, like, one of those green screen bodysuit faces, you know, where, like, your face disappears into this one texture sort of thing. And I think they, like, I mean, he's Morph. He can change the shape of what he wants to be, I guess. But now they've gave him, I want to say, Deadpool's face, just in white. Right? They gave him Deadpool's face, and I don't care about the fucking comics where they had fucking Changeling. I'm just saying, they gave him his personality, and then they changed his face from the show that they're trying to be a sequel to into this other face, which then now also resembles Deadpool, because you know how Deadpool kind of just looks like a ski mask, and you can see his mouth moving, you can see his eyes, right? That's Deadpool. So now they just turned him into that. That's it. He's Deadpool Morph. That's, I don't know, garbage character. And then also the at the end when he's like, "I love you, Logan," and if she can't say it, I'll say it as her, and that's not going to be awkward or weird or send the wrong message.
That's totally not weird.
Right? Like, what is that supposed to mean? If she can't say it, I will. And then he transforms into
what
her.
What did they mean by this?
Right? But then he transforms into her instead of being himself, which was the important part of what he just said there, right? Is that if but then he turns into her to say it. So, like, what was the message there? And what's Wolverine like? And what's Wolverine gonna remember? Is he gonna remember Jean Grey saying that, or is he gonna remember Morph saying that as Jean Grey? Like, what's gonna happen there, right? Even though I think the writing's on the wall with what's gonna happen to Wolverine. He's gonna turn into a feral Wolverine monster man. That's exactly what'll happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they rip out his adamantium and now he's got no adamantium on, the next step for him is to turn into a werewolf man. That's the next.
Because otherwise he's just a guy, right?
Well, no, I'm going off of like actual comic shit that they're adopting it, because they're using. Okay, the '90s comics used like a certain run of comics, right, that they were running off of to try to keep it current with whatever was happening at the time, and to try to make it whatever their show was, and so that way they could have some kind of, plot or whatever. So then, I think if they're using that same line, which it seems like that's what they're doing with this new X-Men '97 show, and how they're continuing, because they're using plots and comics and like certain looks and certain styles and things from a certain time, that the next thing is if Wolverine had his bones ripped out by Magneto, then the next step after that is going to be Wolverine's going to turn into a giant fucking Sabretooth monster. You know how Sabretooth turned gigantic and he's a giant monster man? And sometimes he wears a suit, but sometimes he's actually technically butt naked. It depends on what transformation version you watch. Yeah, that was weird, don't you think? It shows him transform, and so technically he's butt naked, but it also shows him. It shows that it's a suit sometimes. I don't know.
Okay.
Sabretooth's kind of a fucked character.
He is pretty weird in general.
Wow, what a
Some pretty strange moments. I would definitely agree with that.
that was well, that was weird. The fuck was that?
That was Clay.
But
Want me
no, that's
want me
good.
to invite him back?
No, we're good.
Slade's just like, nah, fuck that guy.
No. We're good. We're good just like this. We don't need to bring somebody in mid-show. Unless it's really important. Unless it's like Arch himself. How about that? If
Well, you're
Arch...
like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If Arch shows up and he's like, now I'm going to be part of the Afterdark, however the fuck he says it with his rolling R's.
Yeah. I mean, we'd get a lot of views like that, though. I mean, hey.
If Arch
yeah,
just showed
what
up?
about like
Or is it Arch? Right?
you were already complaining that we're being super catty. What
That's right.
could go wrong with more cats?
That's a good question. One for another day.
I mean, the hair of the dog. You fix the problem with more of the problem.
I think not. So I'm gonna run this with some semblance of order and control and dignity for the Afterdark, the brand Afterdark, for all the Afterdarks that have come before this and that will come after, to remain a consistent quality of the content and the product and of the brand. I have to stand up for the dignity of Afterdark and must decline. Let chaos reign, Maximilian says. No! No, chaos will never reign, not while the Emperor's light shines through the Astronomicon as a beacon for all Imperial ships to allow them to do warp travel, which may or may not be distinctly, specifically related to chaos gods. But it is for the forces of good. Of good, damn it! Of good! The line must be drawn here! No farther! Right? They advance.
This is where we stand.
They advance and we fall back. And we have to hold the line, damn it. That's why we gotta keep the tourists and the wokies out of our fucking franchises. We gotta stop them. We gotta make a book that then makes it so there's a law in universe of 40k that no women can be in the custodies. It's part of the ecclesiarchy decree, and that it's definitively by law they're not allowed to, and they're not allowed to be in the Imperial Guard either. And
it is definitively by law that the Sisters of Battle must wear this totally hot boob armor, and they can't wear shoes either.
They have to wear stilettos. It's got to be stilettos, right? They have to have that. Otherwise, when they step on their enemies walking down the battlefield, how are the guardsmen watching them do that supposed to get a boner? You know what I mean? It's got to. They also have to do it in a sultry way, where they're like looking back and winking while shooting their hand flamer.
Yeah. See, we'd be way better writing 40k.
Yeah, it's got. If it doesn't look like something that you can paint on the side of a World War II plane, is it worth doing?
No.
There you go.
You can write that down. You can put that on my gravestone.
That's right. Like one of the quotations on the pirate gravestones and Pirate and Monkey 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, like whatever you said, Slathe. Yeah, like whatever fucking Monkey Island thing you said. Oh my god. Okay, so we got nothing. So Acolyte, we burnt that out, right? There's nothing there. There's nothing there.
I
You got any meat? Is there any meat left on the bone for you on that one, AR? For you
There's
to
they them otter that seems to catch on that like the bad one is on the ship at the end.
That's right. The gitch sniffer.
Yeah.
The gitch sniffing they them.
The gitch sniff.
Yeah. You know what? That's a good. Isn't that a good Star Wars name? Gitch sniffer.
That is. Because like everything nowadays is like Mandalorian. You must go to the planet Netflix and find Dip Fingal, and you must deliver him this data pad or something.
But the Netflixians have been at war with us since the last great decade war of the century. It's a decade war. It lasts a long time.
And then you just have like an alien that goes like, "Wisa da lusa risa Mandalorian," you know.
Come on, Gitch Sniffer, let's go. And then they go off into like the ship that pretty much just looks like a cock and balls, and it flies off into space. They made the Acolyte so bad it has to be by design. Well, I mean, like, there's certain key choices that I wonder why they did this, when it's kind of like, you know the certain like corporate look the corporate let me copy your homework, but I'm going to change it to make it look like it's my own thing. And sometimes that can be done, and a lot of the times it's garbage, and it doesn't usually lead to a better product. It usually just kind of leads to something that's just kind of substandard to just kind of, fill your time while you're waiting for a better show to come out. But did they not think that having a character near, like, especially when they have her in the fucking spacesuit, like, I could point to a fucking specific scene. When they have the main character in a spacesuit, and she nearly looks and acts exactly like Michael Burnham from Star Trek Discovery, do you think we have a good recipe from the beginning of this show?
No.
It sounds like we're in trouble when the moment is, oh shit, are we copying Star Trek Discovery? Is that the show here?
It really seems to be companies just don't like making money anymore. And I don't know when that happened.
I don't know. Maybe. What if somehow it all redeems itself by the very end? If it's like something that like it tastes like shit, it looks like shit, smells like shit, feels like shit. You're pretty sure you saw it come out of somebody's butthole. But then when it gets to the end of it, it really is chocolate, and it was just a butthole-shaped oven.
The chances of that happening are astronomically low.
I know, but just keep licking the shit until we get to the chocolate, okay? We got, we gotta get.
That needs to be quoted. Just keep licking the shit till you get to the chocolate.
That's right.
I mean, that can be said about all of life itself, really. Life is just licking the shit until you get to the chocolate.
The bad press seems to be bringing more attention than any of the other series. Well, I mean, like it, you know, that's definitely by design. Because didn't they do the exact same thing for was it Star Trek Discovery, or there was some other show that before it even came out they told the actress people are gonna hate you. Oh, I know what it was. It was Kenobi. They told, you know, like there was Darth Alopecia in that show, and they told the actress people are going to hate you because you're black. And then when the show came out and it started bombing, they immediately blamed it on people being racist towards the show and on people hating her and hating the show because they hate black people.
Because it could only be that. It couldn't be anything
because that's
else.
the only answer at that point. That's the only answer. But then again, it's not like they themselves put Darth Vader fucking force lynch treeing her in the middle of the fucking show. So like I don't know who they're dangling this person like a prop, literally and figuratively. So like they've had this character that I swear she acts like fucking Michael Burnham. And then here's an interesting thing. If you took out some of the Jedi scenes, or like maybe some of them, or if you took out some of the opening sequence, if you didn't tell somebody that this show was Star Wars, would you know it was Star Wars? A lot of the time, when you think about certain scenes in isolation, or certain shots, if you were to see, if you were to see this like Sith assassin chick with her like beads, fucking she looks
Daggers.
like doesn't she look like she's meant to, like she's some kind of exotic dancer with her fucking like bead veil and shit like that? She looks like a gypsy dancer.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
She's a gypsy dancer mixed with the... Okay, did you ever play Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask? And there was this, like, ninja character that showed up in this fucking, like, tarp, and he had these two swords, and, like, this hood sort of thing, and you could get his mask or whatever. But if you, like, mix this, like, poncho... She's poncho gypsy. There. Right? Am I being culturally sensitive with these terms? Is this politically correct? This is that kind of show, right? So
I'm sure it would be, yeah.
So,
Probably not.
probably not politically correct, but you know what? That's never
How
been.
dare you insult Michael?
Oh, phew. The gall on this man. So,
Who does he think he is?
a lot of the times in the show, if you were to like take out certain characters, like certain parts, if you were to look at certain shots and certain characters, sure, they're adding something new and something different, but a lot of the time it's kind of, it looks like something completely different, like it's meant for a completely different show or something. It's odd. And also the use of like straight up kunais, like they look exactly like the ones from fucking Naruto or like the one in fucking Yu-Gi-Oh or shit like that. They're just exactly fucking kunais. It's very
The daggers.
the
and stuff,
yeah, but like they have the
Yeah.
ring at the end, and they have the exact like the angle, like it's it's just
Really running out of ideas here.
it's an odd one. It's a different one. But, you know, it does once again make me go on the rage that I think they stole it from my Star Wars fan fiction. They stole it. They stole it, AR. They stole it, Jackler. Where I had
I know.
I had the not the Sith assassin character that used poisoned syringes and daggers and stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's right. They stole it.
How dare they?
They stole it. And it was a murder mystery, and it was a murder mystery too.
They?
And it was a murder mystery. They stole it. They stole my Star Wars. They stole it. So that's why I have to keep licking the turd until I get to the nugget inside.
Till you get there, yep.
I need to see how much of my shit they stole. And then they woked it up with a bunch of lesbian space wizards. Like I didn't like, just to say that's not in the original version the way it was originally envisioned by me and George Lucas back in 1977. When I traveled back in time,
Well,
and
we've
I was,
got to make some compromises, you know.
yeah, this is channel lore here. Like when I traveled back in time and I told George Lucas about the Star Wars movies and he wrote it down, and then he was like, "But I won't be able to afford to make these 3 movies." And I was like, "Don't worry, just condense it all into one movie. You'll do fine." And then he made Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then after that, he was able to make the other 2. So, you know, you're welcome.
Slathe is very well known for his time travel.
That's right. As featured in the future in the maybe possible short Command and Conquer time travel story that I'll work on at one point, maybe. Right? I'll have to get on that one.
Here's hoping.
If that ever happens, if that ever gets off the thing. Yeah, well, it'd be all acted and voice acted by me, with all animations and all things done by me, story written by me, everything. It's gotta be perfect. It's gonna be difficult. Let's see. Star Wars has been leaning heavily into Japanese culture. The Inquisitors, the Shurikens, the martial arts, the Ahsoka sidekick chick, etc. seems to be a pattern. Huh.
Just reminded me of the helicopter lightsabers they did, but
Well, yeah, they did that in everybody's favorite show, apparently, right? In Star Wars Rebels, or in Star Wars Clone Wars, or something stupid, one of those cartoons that people like.
They did have the helicopter stuff in Rebels.
That's right.
It was still dumb there.
But, you know, like, so, I mean, if Rebels is a good quality show that should be watched and people should appreciate,
well, I don't
then,
know that.
you know, I would just have to point out then, and apparently we must be inclusive and accepting of these helicopter lightsabers with first
Rebels
sisters,
is
second brothers,
okay, is
and
all
then,
I can say for it. It's okay.
but like ultimately, if by extension we need to be exclusively inviting and appreciative of shows like The Bad Batch, then there's no reason to not include other shows like the Clone Wars, where characters have like super sharp razor blade beards, or super long necks, or gigantic like anime eyes because they're teenage alien girls and they suck, and you know, we have to accept all these artistic choices that they make, especially when it all eventually leads to a mural being painted on the wall of all the different characters looking exactly like the way that they do in that stylized version of that cartoon, which would mean that would be a photorealistic portrait of all these different people, but when you show that picture in real fucking life, it looks like the fucking cartoon. So, you have to accept it all, or you accept none of it, because those shows are hot fucking garbage. I know, hot take. Slathe doesn't like the cartoons because they suck.
That's well established at this point.
They suck. Because do you know why they even have them? Because if you have Anakin and Obi-Wan doing Anakin and Obi-Wan stuff for too many years, and if you can only have stories about that, then it's sexist because it doesn't pass the Bechdel test. So you have to include an audience teenage girl character, otherwise there's too many dicks. And then you have to have this character introduced forcibly, if so. This character that's never been mentioned before, ever, and doesn't seem to get any sort of mention in the movie. So it's as if this character never existed, And so, or they chose to never speak of this character ever during episode 3. There's just not even like a word Ahsoka mentioned. But this character totally existed. Trust me, bro. Source, I made it up. Here's my cowboy hat. And Dave Filoni definitely won't lead anybody astray, right?
He's the protege. He's totally innocent in all forms and fashions.
There was a time where I would say that might have been true. Unfortunately, I do think that I think Dave Filoni had it at one point, but he no longer does have it.
They got to him. I bet the next time we would see Dave Filoni, he'd look all skinny like Silent Bob, or like, or like the guy from fucking Price is Right or whatever.
Drew Carey?
Yeah, they'd look. Yeah, the next time we see Dave Filoni, he's gonna be all skinny because the vampires, the fucking Disney vampires, the corporates got to him and they sucked his soul out.
Corpos.
Like you know in like The Mummy when like Imhotep sucks the guy's soul out and takes his eyes and it's like and he like sucks all up and dries up into a husk. That's what happened to Drew Carey. That's what happened to fucking Silent Bob. That's what's gonna happen to Dave Filoni. The next time we see him, he's gonna be like fucking like he's gonna look like the Nazis at the end of the Ark of the Covenant when they look into the Ark. And like so, or like no, the old guy when he drinks from the cup in the end of Last Crusade, he's gonna right like he's gonna drink from the corporate cup, and then he's gonna turn into that, and then he's gonna spread the message. Didn't he already do something that fucked up? Didn't he? Yeah, didn't he do something recently, or isn't he involved in something? And people are like, no, Dave Filoni.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Oh well, you know what?
So,
we'll see. We'll just see. We'll just wait for him to let us down because like it's kind of like with the Henry Cavill thing, right? Everyone had such high hopes, and this man was going to save the day, and then what happens? Everyone's let down.
I love it when Slathe like inputs his like desires into reality. He's like, oh yeah, oh I'm watching you, Henry. Oh, one day I'm gonna get you. Oh, one day I'm gonna get you, you son of a bitch.
That's right. It'll be like Superman, right? It'll be like like I'll see it. There'll be like a bunch of future projects that are going to be coming out. And like Henry Cavill will be sitting there with his laser eyes, and I'll be like, "No, stop, Henry, stop!" Ah! And I'll have to take him down and stop him before he can do it. Yeah. And then I'll look at myself. What have I become? Ah! And then I'll fly off. Right. This is all channel. Yeah. That's it. That's it.
It's already written down. It's already happening.
That's right, Henry Cavill. Don't worry, because then I'd have the power to turn the world around, and then I could stop myself from doing it, and then we could both be Superman. So that way, I could then stand in the way of the laser blast and stop it from getting to the projects, right? As Superman, you see where this is going, right? I could double team him. So there's the one me that's holding him back, and then the other me that's taking the blast, right? Or would I block it with my dick? That would be a pretty super like that would be like that's kind of like the bet.
You're blocking it with your dick, but like at the same time you're just punching him. You're just like. Well,
no, there's the other me that's got him. He could be punching him. Because I'd be across the room, like there was the family, there was of course the family that won't move, that are sitting there cowering as there's the fucking laser blast going towards them. Well, that family is all the different future projects that'll come out, and so Henry Cavill's shooting his laser blasts, and the other me is holding him back as the me that came back from the future that turned the world around is there now, and then I'm taking the laser blast in the dick like I'm like what's his name from that like Megamind movie. Because
he's got dicks like Jesus.
Yeah, but like that Megamind movie where like there's that ginger Superman bad guy that fights Megamind.
Yeah. Titan.
Yeah, Titan. It would be like Titan, where it's just kind of like don't you think that would be that's a pretty super Chad move, don't you think? You're blocking the laser blast with your dick. I mean, like, come on, I'm Superman. Come on, you're kidding me. This is child's play. I can just sit here all day, thank you for helping me manscape today. Like that's pretty much like the best of it, don't you think? So, right there, you know, I feel like 2 super Slaths could probably stop a super Cavil. Maybe 3. You know, we could add a few
maybe
more.
three
Yeah.
and a Jackler.
Yeah, 3 and a Jackler. No, but then it's got to be like Agent Smith, where I'm calling in more, and then there's just like a whole army of super Slaths coming in, and they're like they're like turning people into Slath, right? Like you're a Slath now, right? You know?
Yeah, you get like transmuted into a Slathe. Yeah, the plague, the Slathe plague,
The virus, right? That needed to be shut down. This is
the
all
virus. Yeah.
yeah, this is all part of the lore, right? Which, by the way, anybody who's watching right now, if you should check out Jackler One's channel, because
You shouldn't.
You should check out Jackler One's channel. There's probably a link in the description, actually. Check out his channel.
I don't think there is.
Is there not? There
Wait,
should
no, there
be.
is. There is. Though, trust me.
Oh, there should be. Check out Jackler One's
I
channel.
don't think there is.
And if there, I'm getting to the bottom of this bullshit right now.
Oh,
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this
we're about
bullshit.
to find out.
We're about to fucking find the fuck out. Where's this fucking thing? Going to the bottom here. I'm gonna go to this thing. Looking at the description, Jackler One's channel, right there. I see it right there. Bam! It's in the description of the video.
Alright,
Bam! Right there. Boom. What about them apples? There we go. So,
Why you didn't know? Sheesh, trying to be a
so
dick.
check out Jackler's channel, because he's got a bunch of meme videos and stuff. They're all pretty good. They're pretty good. You ever gonna come back and make some more of those, or you got?
Ooh, probably not.
Ooh.
I don't really think of it. I made like a few memes that are just just like images and shit that I've posted in
Well, what's wrong with that?
places.
Meme compilations. What about meme readings? Those are pretty popular. Have you ever seen meme readings? Where you just take memes and you just make a compilation and you're the one just reading all the captions and you go through it just from, and they're like X amount, whatever, however long you want to make them, however long it takes.
Yeah.
And then you just put that up and people just watch it. They just watch and read all the memes and hear you reading them all along. Ever thought about that? You are the meme librarian after all, right?
I don't think I'm that kind of guy. I don't think I have the energy to speak that long.
Oh, what do you mean? You don't even have to do them all at once. Jeez.
Read through it.
Yeah, you just read one of them and then done. And then and then some other time you read another one, done. And then at some point you put it all together and then you have a thing. See how easy that is? You could do that over the course of like 1,000,000 years, cuz how long do you live in Brazilians? Like Brazilians of years.
We have a very long lifespan.
Yeah, you live for Brazilians of years. Which, according to the Bible, seems pretty common, because people would live for like 800 years, and then they'd have some kids, and then they'd live for like another 200 years, and then they'd have some kids, and then it would say they lived in total for 700 years or something, and it doesn't add up, and it's weird. But then it says that they would be survived by their son like Ezekiel and Mykekiel and Harpunia and Gartuna and Hooked and Funked and Glimpfed and Herculeaned, and like, and then you'd be reading about one of them, and it was great. It was a great read. It was great. It's a great story. Take that, J.K. Rowling. I thought your book was meant to be a bestseller. Is it better than the Bible? See? Right there.
Got her there.
You could play Henry on the tabletop Bloodhounds versus Custodes. I could.
Ooh.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, he's got you there. Now, see, Slathe, you got to put your money where your mouth is. You have to prove that you are truly better than Henry Cavill.
So from the very beginning, I'd call him essentially a Tyranid player because he's playing with the army that gives him the handicap to win. So I'd say he's essentially playing a child's army, and then say, let's go. So at first, I've already emasculated him from the beginning, right? I've got to go at him like Sherlock Holmes, right? Punch him in the jugular to be able to start getting a nervous response. Yeah, discombobulate. Pull out the big dice, and then I've got like a bag that just has 2 big dice, so it's like a big like nut sack essentially. Drop it on the table, so it's like essentially I just drop my nuts down on the table, and those are the big dice for those big rolls.
We need you to prove that you truly are better than him.
That's right. That's right. The only problem is I would be able to bring my entire collection. I'd be able to build every single thing I have, and then at the same time, he'd be able to put down like one Custody Terminator or whatever, and then he'd be like, I use this stratagem which allows me to remove your army from the game I win. You know, like...
I mean, he's got you there. Like, I mean, it's in the rules.
It is in the rules, right? The Custodies have that top-tier level thing. They are a powerful army. They do bring it. It is brought when it is Custody time. Henry fucking Cavill. What's that?
You just need to take out that one guy, though. Just
yeah,
try
but
and take out that one guy.
But he gets
the stratagem.
He gets to use the Custodes specialty tactic, which is played before the game starts, which lets him, as long as his name is Henry Cavill, go first. So he gets to go first, and then he gets to use the strategy, which then goes on my official permanent record of Warhammer games. And I don't know if I'm ready to have that, right? As far as it is, I think I'm 0-0, and that's probably a pretty good record, don't you think, compared to a lot of people? See? I'm already coming out on top. Although, you know what? I don't know. I did have some battle reports on the channel before. I forget what happened during them, though. There was the Pringles one. I forget if I won or lost Pringle Hammer. Where it was the Pringle Terminators versus the Pringle Knobs. And then when your guy died, you ate the Pringle. And when it took a wound, you'd take a bite out of it. It was pretty good. It was a pretty good game mode. You should try it out. Pringle Hammer. You ever thought about that? Pringle Hammer.
No, haven't seen it. Hasn't to Brazil yet.
Pringles. What happens if you
I
bite
love
and it
Pringles.
breaks it in half all the way through? Is that like considered to be like exploding?
Well, I don't know. Like, what happens if like your model breaks in unintentionally? If you're taking a bite out of it to show it it's taken a wound, because it's not going to get its wounds back in this game mode.
Yeah.
And if it breaks beyond that, that's just kind of like your model breaking. Isn't it?
I figured it wouldn't be like, you know, like how
No.
some armies have like exploding sixes and stuff like that.
But I mean, like, you know, in some cases, if your model breaks and you're just going to take it off the table, it pretty much just dies without any sort of, you know, you know, you know how sometimes something just dies without something actually killing it?
Yeah.
Other than real life? Other than fucking gravity and fucking force and physics and fucking shoddy builds and shitty glue and, you know, bad plastic and time and heat and humidity and rats and, I don't know, everything. I don't know why would a rat would do it, but, you know, you get what I'm saying. It breaks, you take it off the table, it's dead. Even though nothing killed it properly. Or, you take the smaller of the broken pieces of your Pringle, and you just eat it really quickly. And then you leave whatever's left as the wounded representation of that model. So just whatever piece, you just leave a piece. It doesn't split into two like a fucking horror.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't get more guys because it broke.
Oh, that would be a good idea for horrors, though.
If it breaks, it gets more. Yeah, so you bite it a certain way to always make it break as much as possible, or something.
Yeah.
Or you just crumble it up and then dribble it around.
You actually
like
have to break your fucking model if it dies.
Like the
Like
chaos
that rip
confetti,
apart.
like the chaos confetti from Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Oh man. Wow. So it's turning midnight here for Cinderella Jackler. So I imagine we're seeing a good night to you, sir.
That would be the time.
Okay. Well, do you have any last words? Well, whoa. Do you have anything you want to say before you wrap up?
Am I gonna be assassinated soon enough?
You do
sent
live-
your goons after me.
Well, I can't confirm or deny the latter part of that, but you do live in Brazil, so I mean, like, the first part of that is probably higher than most of the rest of us. I mean, am I wrong?
Fair enough.
So,
The good thing, however, is that I don't live in a shit part of Brazil. There's the real good thing.
I live in the mostly white suburb of Brazil, where there's lots of police,
Exactly.
and there's guard towers everywhere.
If you step out of line once, you're shot immediately through the heart.
My bedroom has landmines lining its walls.
Well, that's for the mole men, not armed criminals.
Oh, I've not heard about the Brazilian mole man. I think that's a story for next week.
Oh, I'm constantly under attack by mole men. You have no idea.
We're gonna need an update on that one next week when we get to that. We're gonna need to talk about the Brazilian mole men because I think people are gonna need to know more about that, and we'll have that as a starting talking point. Brazilian mole
There's a
men.
little
It is a big threat.
It seems pretty pressing.
It does.
It's
so
it's a very big threat. I mean,
let's let him
like,
gather
I had to
intel.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, I've got plenty of intel. See, I've been fighting them for about 5 years of my life now, ever since I moved here.
Oh wow. So I feel like this is gonna.
I'm very grizzled veteran of the Mole Man Wars.
So I think next week then. So what day is that gonna be? So next week, the 6th is gonna be, I think, a heavily Jackaler episode talking about mole men. And
Stay tuned.
And Star Wars: The Acolyte.
As always.
As always. And somehow
That's what you come
Fallout.
here for.
And somehow Fallout. And somehow Monkey Island. So this is sounding on brand, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is probably.
All right. Well, I'll be seeing you guys then.
All right.
Have a good night.
See you, fellas.
See ya. Okay,
Good.
and all right. So now, how do I set this up so you're not behind me? Because now it's just like you're just a gold panel that sits behind me, unless I lean over here like this, and then we get your black Kaku Ranger, Kaku Ranger ninja, right?
I am Blacku Condor.
Blacku Condor. Is that? Am I thinking of the right one?
That's you're thinking of Kaku Ranger, and this is Jetman.
That's Jetman. Oh shit, Jetman. That's right. I still wanted to watch Kaku Ranger because that was the one that we got like skipped out on in the American Power Rangers, and here's why. You know how like all the American Power Rangers are just taking Sentai footage, chopping it up and repurposing it with American actors?
Yes.
Okay. And take from that what you will, like or hate it for what you will, right? But here's the kicker. So, you know how Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was such a popular thing for an amount of time? And it was, like, it just kind of stayed the same? That they even got the people that did Super Sentai in Japan to make more footage with the Zhu Rangers to be the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Even some were did you know that? Like they made additional monster footage and additional footage just for Power Rangers that wasn't in Sentai.
Wasn't for the Sentai or anything like that.
Yeah, they made additional footage with the costumes and the monsters and the Megazord and all that stuff just for the Saban Power Rangers show. Because they were running out of footage, so they needed more. And they wanted to keep it the same. And you know how, like, brand recognition is important, right? And was the audience really ready for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to change their costume? Do you know what I mean?
Probably not.
Probably not. So they hung on to that for a bit, and then eventually they changed it into whatever Rangers, right? But here's the story. Instead of what right after Zhu Ranger is that Kaku Ranger? Right after the Dinosaur Fantasy, is that the ninjas?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Here's how they gracefully skip over that in the most brutal way ever. Introducing
It's the kid one, right? Where they Is that correct?
So the Power Rangers, all get turned into kids. And so to replace them, they bring in aliens from the planet Aquitar that all speak in that, like, I talk underwater, blah, 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 blah voice sort of thing, modulator thing. They all speak in that. And they change the intro to the show. And they change the name of the show. And so now it's the Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers. And their costumes, they were the Kaku Rangers. They were the Ninja Power Rangers at the time. Like, you know, like, you've seen them, and you know what, you know what they're like compared to the other sort of Rangers, Sentai or Power or alike, right? So you can probably see how they're the ones that get a lot of, I want to say, you know, that sort of like cart, like Flash Dash, you know, that one where the character moves really fast and then they have like the flash streak behind them that matches the color of the character. Do you know what I mean? Like blur lines sort of thing. They're that's something that I would want to say is something that the Ninja Rangers are able to do compared to a lot of the other ones, where a lot of the other ones have a certain sort of speed cap to them that they're able to do things, or just in the way that it's stylized, while these ninja characters are able to do this sort of blur line streak. And so it just implies that they're really fucking fast, right? So they gave this fucking these awesome Ninja Rangers to these stupid looking fucking alien rangers, which I swear, like, they're just like normal looking people, but they gave them this fucking stupid like rubber shower cap looking thing that goes over their head that gives them this giant bulbous head. They look like the aliens from the fucking pilot of Star Trek, the fucking big brainians that wanted to keep Captain Pike in their fucking space zoo to fuck an old woman. They look like the fucking big brain aliens from the fucking show. Like, they look ridiculous. They look fucking terrible. And then they ruin that, and then after that, then they're able to bring in the new Rangers and shit like that. But then, like, they also did a bunch of just fucky shit. Like, what was the show that had the White Tiger Ranger? Do you know, was that Kaku Ranger, or do you know what show I'm talking about?
It's the one after, I think.
Alright. So at some point...
I know what you're talking about.
At some point then, they had... like, it went back to Zhu Ranger or something, but then they had the White Tiger Ranger from the next show mixed in with them. So they started just kind of blending a lot of these...
that was the White Ranger from Kaku Ranger.
So it was Kaku Ranger.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they had to create the White Tiger one.
Yeah.
Because that was a special uniform for Tommy. Because White Kaku Ranger is the white Japanese girl.
Right. Okay, so then...
and the smart one that knows everything.
You're right. So it wasn't Kaku Ranger, because she was the... So then it was the one after that, or before, because there was another show, another Sentai show, that had, I think it was a kid, that when the kid transformed, they turned into, like, an adult, because they're a Power Ranger. And they were the one with the White Tiger Kiba Ranger or whatever, with the dagger and all the shit. And so they took just that from that show. They didn't take any of the other Rangers. They took just that, and they put that into Power Rangers to be Tommy's White Ranger thing. And so that was mixed with the other Ranger set. That's what I'm saying. Right, it was mixed in with the wrong set because it looked like the Green Ranger.
Yeah.
Could you imagine them getting away with that nowadays? Because nowadays it seems like, well, I mean, nowadays the show is fucking canceled, but like it seemed like after that they were keeping more to like this set, that set, this set, that set, and only cross them when they cross in Sentai. And then you're able to maybe, if you can maybe arrange it, you can get a cameo appearance from somebody. You know what I mean? Where they would have like, where they would mix the Sentai shows, and they would start mixing characters. Could you imagine? Could you imagine years after the fact if they fucking threw like what was the show called, Metal Man or something? What was the Beetleborg show?
Metal Hero.
Metal Hero. Okay. Would they ever connect Metal Hero with any of the Power Rangers shows, or have they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or not. I don't know about Power Ranger.
No, so is Power Rangers off the table, or like it's impossible?
Well, I thought you're. Are you meaning?
Sorry,
Sentai or
Sentai.
Power Ranger?
Sorry, I meant Sentai. With any of the
Yeah,
sorry, I'll rephrase that.
yeah.
With any of the Sentai
yeah.
shows that are a Power Ranger show.
Because Gokaiger becomes like Galaxy Force or whatever.
Right.
It is.
Okay.
So yeah.
So the possibility of having the kids from fucking like Beetleborgs now as adults showing up in an episode or some movie that's now taking Sentai footage and having the characters that are from those Power Rangers shows, they could potentially have them meet up, you're saying?
Yes.
This is a terrifying world we live in, but it shatters your reality in a way. Because didn't that show have a fucking genie ghost or something? Or was like an Elvis impersonator?
Something like that.
And he lived in a mansion? Like a haunted mansion or something that was just like at the end of their street or something stupid? And that was like their base? I remember that show. The show was hot garbage. Oh, man. So what about VR Trooper? Where does that fit in?
That's in the same thing as Metal Hero.
Is it really?
Yeah.
We are VR. Is there any more of those shows? On the American side of it. Is there any more of the American-Japanese shows?
Not that I know.
I think the only thing I could think of, oh no, is this even Japanese? Most Extreme Elimination Challenge.
I wish they would have more of those shows.
Really?
Yeah, those are great.
Like where they're trying to run up like a slippery slope against like bowling balls and shit?
Or just the
Iron
what would you
Chef?
call it? Like the challenge shows, like, but the wacky ones. You know, like, oh man,
I don't know what you're talking about.
the questionable karaoke where like the gentleman has to survive
What?
the affections of a like female model or whatever it is. If you want me to be blunt, there's a legitimate Japanese show that's like hand job karaoke.
Hand job karaoke?
Mm-hmm. The
And
nerd has to survive,
the
and
nerd has
she
to survive hand job karaoke. All right, we're like, what is it? Like, we're like she goes up, she puts her hand on, she looks up at the TV, and then the TV's like back and forth and back and forth and back, and she's reading all the lines, and she's having to make sure she's going back and forth at the right time to line it up. You know, perfect, good, and it's a Japanese show, right? So it's got to be like Dance Dance Revolution, excellent, perfect, good, fail, miss. Right.
He has to.
Stroke Revolution.
He has to like survive, and then she's like some like professional or whatever.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
He has to make it. Okay.
Yeah. It's his job to try and survive through it.
The Gauntlet.
Yeah. You know, and you get points for how accurate.
For how
like,
accurate?
like,
Do you have to shoot a target at the end?
No, well, like how good at notes he is at hitting and stuff like that.
That would. Yeah, okay. He has to sing the notes right without fucking it up. But so he doesn't. So he doesn't have to shoot a target.
I don't know. I don't look at the other side of the.
Oh, I see. So we know. So we know where AR finished the video where he was like spacebar.
No, they have like this whole sheet and stuff set up in front of him, and he has like a screen above him that he has to like read from, and then she's there right next to him.
All right. Okay. Once again, on the list of things I didn't think we would be talking about, now we're talking essentially about some type of Japanese porn game show. And
Well, we want to talk about butt darts?
butt darts? Is that the one where they have to take like the trebuchet thing and then they like shoot it, they shoot it in, or are they actually, because if it's darts, if it's proper darts, that'd be dangerous, right? Because that could hit.
Well, it's like, okay, have you ever seen like those spinning darts? It's like the top or whatever that they have with like the string, and they can spin it on
It's
like
like
the ground.
Beyblade, let her rip.
Yeah, and it
Okay.
has like a.
All right. So what is this, like where you like stick a dragonfly action figure up her ass, and then you pull a thing and it's like let her rip, and then like max dragonflies maximize, and the thing flies out. Right? Is this that? Are we at that point now? Is this we have, truly, I already got to the point in the Bible where he destroyed Gomorrah and fucking the other thing, right? Right? I already got to that point where they were like, "Hey, open up because we want to like do butt stuff with you." Right? Was that like I already got to that point? All right. I think that, there's a certain point where maybe global warming that's melting the ice caps is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll
Maybe.
just,
I
maybe.
mean, this is kind of like in the innocent realm of things.
This is in the innocent realm of things where you're fucking playing
Yeah.
like you're playing fucking butt darts. I mean, like
Well, it's like-
we've gotten to a whole new level of degeneracy here, where we're playing butt darts. I mean, this is like it's not even like pin the tail on the donkey at this point. At this point, now it's like becoming a full it's a projectile sport. Projectile object
You
sport.
have to have like the person like laying down, and then they have like a ramp that's like built for like the Beyblade dart thing.
And then they both spin their Beyblades, and then they fly down, and then they battle each other on top, and then she sits there, right, as they're spinning around, right, and the winner, the winner is the one that doesn't get launched off, and no, I can't, no, I can't, no. But that does lead into Fallout-themed butt plugs, right? And they make the sound effect of a vault door closing when you insert them. Right?
Ooh.
You see what I'm saying there? That's a product idea, right? And it makes
The like hissing
it looks
sound.
it looks like a vault door, right? And it looks like a vault door, and then when you put it in, it makes the sound of the vault door closing, like the hissing and all that, and the metal. Yeah. So it feels really secure psychologically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a disaster.
That needs to be a product. So if it doesn't get made, I think we found our niche. I think we've found how we'll be successful in life. We'll make Fallout themed, but not Fallout brand, and they're not infringing on any sort of IP or anything, because it's just simply a geometric shape and it has a number on it. It's allowed to do that. And it's allowed to use the sound of like, machinery working and like slamming and hydraulic noises, right? So there you go. And then you could call it the Vault Boy.
Yeah.
Right? That's right. The Vault Boy. Because is that trademarked? Right? Maybe you could get away. Maybe, right? The Vault Boy. Yeah. I think that would work.
The Vault Boy?
Yeah. There we go. I've got it. That's the product. Or They could get one that's and they could get another one. They could call it like and they could probably call it the mini nuke.
That's
Is that
the
trademarked?
one. Yeah, that's the one right there.
The mini nuke?
Yeah, because that actually has like the shape and everything. And see.
See, but then it wouldn't maybe be able to make the sound effect though, right?
But no. Oh no 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 no! You have an even better idea.
Okay.
You could have like an entire like range of them, like a Nuka-Cola one.
And when you put it in, it makes the sound of the cap coming off.
Yeah, and it could be a quantum one that has like a glow in the dark.
And it glows, yeah, and it glows, so everyone can see underneath your skirt while you bicycle that you've got the mini nuke. What else could there be? So many choices, right? There's so many different options for what it could be. It's hard to discern.
It's pretty good. You know, what else?
For Fallout? No, I think we covered all the good ones. I think there's anything else will probably just be a repeat. Like, you know, if I say Sunset Sarsaparilla, that's just the Nuka-Cola, but shittier. And if I say any sort of the variants of mini nukes.
Nope. The buff out blowout.
I mean, like, that is a thing, but I mean, but I don't know. I mean, like, is that like, I don't know, maybe.
Could be like the giant suppository.
So it's a suppository. So it's a medication. So it's like a pill. You're meant to
Well, it could be
absorb
like
this.
what do you call it? Like the buff out blowout. You know, you put it in there to like soothe. It's like a minor.
So wouldn't
Like,
we'd need to get some kind of like pharmacy license if we'd be distributing that? Because then we might as well just make a thing called Fixer, right? We make a thing called Fixer, and it's that stuff that they give you to like snap you out of drugs or whatever, and it's a giant, right? And then we just put it as a giant suppository. Right?
Well, it's like a think about it as like a plug plus suppository, like all in one.
But once it okay, what? Okay, this seems like a very advanced piece of butt technology. I'm not sure where. I'm not sure where we would get it would require a lot of planning, and there would have to be a demand for this product as well. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see. Jeez, I don't know. I wonder if there's anything else. So I don't know. I've not got anything else up the sleeves here. You know, I've not got anything. And I guess we kind of covered a lot of random shit now. We've been now talking about butt stuff.
Strange.
Yeah. So Monkey Island. Monkey Island, AR.
Always
Monkey Island. It always returns to Monkey Island. So, and I can see it. There's like people dropping off now.
Huh.
They made it all the way through the butt stuff, but the moment it became Monkey Island, they were like, "I'm out. I can't take it. Monkey Island." Ah! So there's different versions of the game, and I want to try them out. And I'll be able to see. I'm gonna be trying to play the game now, multiple different ways, and trying to get different scores with different games. I don't know. What did you think of? Did you see that thing I did earlier? Did you see the new graphics percent? Did you see that? Where you had to play the game from beginning to end with nothing but the new graphics?
No.
Oh, it was slow. Took about an hour.
Was it slow?
Yeah.
Like long time? I saw that you were streaming it, and I put it on, but I fell asleep like immediately after. I pretty much slept almost all day.
Well, it wasn't the most fascinating thing in the world. It was kind of more just for fun. But I think I did it in like an hour and 9 or 10 or something like that. I could quickly check though, because it was just done earlier today. Right, so let's just see. I can just pull it up, go here, go to the end of the thing, mute this so I'm not gonna like hear myself on the thing, and then, all right, that wasn't the right one. Okay, where did I get to the end of the game at? An hour and 9 minutes and 8 seconds. And I was trying to beat an hour and 7 minutes because that's what Woof's got. So I was a couple minutes behind Woof's. So that's kind of
brutal.
Huh?
Just a couple minutes behind him
Yeah.
on like that new version of the game.
Yeah, where it was you're playing nothing but new graphics. So here's like the thing. So you can't use dot skip to skip dialogue. You have to wait through all the dialogue. You can only do cutscene skips, which is going to add time here and there and here and there and here and there. And depending on how your pirate fighting goes, like you can't skip the dialogue with the pirates. You have to listen to all of it. But here's the thing that was nice. When I tried playing the other version of the game, the older one, and I think I kind of got an idea of how I can save scum the pirate fights to get through it really quick. Where here's what I need to do. I need to go up to I need to get to the first pirate, and I need to either get the dog come back, or I need to throw the first thing, right? So either way, I need to do one of those. Then I need to save and wait for the pirate to give me I've met apes more polite than you. And then now that I would have that, I then either have to lose the fight or or whatever I need to do. And then I need to start what I need to do is at this point is I need to save scum it so I make the pirates lose and I get the comebacks that I need. So that, like, when I get everything that I need, I go up to Carla and I save before she gives each insult. And then I load it so that way she only gives the insults to the ones that I have.
Only gives the insults to the ones
So, like,
that you have.
So I like save state it the moment before she's about to give an insult. So because the RNG is decided last minute, so then I just keep pressing save, or I just keep pressing load state over and over again until I get one of the insults that I have a comeback to, and I just keep doing that. And so technically, you can, if I had 3 wins, the 2 default insults and comebacks, and if I had family reunion, that's 5 comebacks. So with just those 5, I could save scum my way and 3 wins, which is unlikely to have that combination, but I could save scum my way through Carla with just that and win. Is what I'm thinking.
So you'll just be able to skip all the
You can skip
nonsense of having to, yeah.
Yeah, you can kind of control the RNG, and you can do the same. You can do the same thing in Catacombs. So, like, let's say, like, you found the right door, you save state before you go into the door, and then if you get a good room, you keep it, and you go to the next door, and then you save state before you go in, or whatever you need to do, and then you. And if it's a bad room, you reload it until it's a good room, because the RNG of what room you're going to go into is decided last minute.
Yeah, it doesn't do it immediately. It just kind of...
Like, it's once you've chosen to go in the door, then it decides what RNG you get, what room you get. And you know how some rooms are better than others in the catacombs?
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's like double rooms and rooms that fuck you over and rooms you have to travel all the way the fuck across. What if you could get like 6 rooms in a row where there's just go back through the door you came in? You know, like those ones?
Ooh.
Right? That'd be pretty nice, wouldn't it? And you could get that. And you could even probably save scum yourself to get that. Or something similar. So that right there, you can control the catacombs and you can control the sort. You can kind of. I don't know which one you can control more. Really, maybe it's the same. But you can control those instead of being left up to the wind of RNG. And here's the kicker on that one: Classic Monkey Island is only rated, or it's only on the scale of just how fast you do it. It doesn't make a difference if you do it with saves or without saves.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you did it completely saveless versus someone doing it with saves and doing it in like half your time, yeah, they are ranked on the same scale. So it's one of those you might as well sort of thing. If that's how it's being done, sort of thing. Like you might as well. If it's you know, saves and saveless are being treated the same, you might as well save. Because there's, you know, in situations where if something can go wrong, if you can restart it and make it not go wrong, it's more, and if it's more beneficial to do that, it doesn't hurt anything to be able to save you, or, you know, to save or whatever. It doesn't hurt anything, so there's no reason you shouldn't, other than for it to be safe. Like, I'm not sure. It's yeah, they're not, and apparently they're not going to change that back, so that's fine. Some games are rated different, I think, if they're saves or saveless, and some games
Yeah.
aren't.
They have different rankings and different rules. What's allowed, what's not allowed.
Oh, we got Vanithgar in the chat. How are we doing today, my kings? He says. Well, I'm having a pretty quiet, pretty good day. I was doing some monkey runs for some fun and kind of slept in. I think somebody pulled the fire alarm or something happened, so that was my excitement for the day. And AR, I think you said you were having an all right day. I think, right? Or
Yeah, I slept almost all of it.
you slept all day, so no fire alarms on his side. That sounds like it's pretty generally
No.
positive all around.
No, if it burned down, I blissfully wouldn't be awake or anything like that.
You'd be just sitting there, like, under the covers. This is fine. Beep, 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 beep. Right? As, like, the whole thing is lighting up. You just hear around you, beep. We only found one survivor. Oh, can you guys keep it down? I'm sleeping. Right?
Yeah.
Mr. Plague Doctor. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. I think I have an idea of what's happening here. And I'm wondering if that's going to work. Which is absolutely nothing, by the way. I'm just thinking out loud. So, geez, I guess we got maybe like another half an hour in us, and then we're probably wrapping up after like the third hour. We're in the final TikToks, I think. Or do we got more? Do you have anything at all? I'll leave. The table's open. Table's open. Put it on. Anything out, and I'll pass it or I'll veto it. Or let's see. What do we got?
Have you heard of, like, I'll have to find it, but did you hear of what, like, the originator of, like, D&D was, or one of the original, like, writers or whatever had said recently? It was really sad because it happened a couple days ago.
No, I don't follow these channels, so what can you paraphrase it, or do you need to have like an exact source? And
Well, it's way better to, like, have be read.
okay.
He has a funny last name. I mean, I'm sure if you wanted to search it, his last name is Kuntz. Yeah. I don't know. Because he called them a bunch of cheap coastal wizards.
Coastal wizards. I see the shade. I get it. I see. They're coastal wizards. Don't they own that now? Wasn't it like ITG that owned it before or whatever? And then like they sold it to fucking Wizards of the Coast or whatever, however that happened?
Well, it was Gary Gygax that originally created it, and then he sold it. But it was known as like TSR.
Yeah, whatever, TSR. So I mean like they don't own it anymore, right? I mean they can criticize all they want. They're now, you know what they are
Well,
now?
no, but it's like way after the fact. Oh yeah, we don't associate with these racist creators. Their problematic views don't associate with us anymore.
Yeah,
The
so
50th anniversary is the redo.
so they're slapping back, right? It's I get it. I get it. But
Yeah.
at the same time, this is kind of like George Lucas lashing out against Disney. On one side
Very
of
well
it,
could be.
you know what I'm saying? Like on one side of it, there's a little bit of like the, yeah, well, you know, you sold it. It's not yours anymore. Do you know what? Like, you know what that makes him now? A consumer. You know what I mean? He's not. You're not the owner. You're not really an authority anymore. You decided to, within your own will and free mind and healthy body and your own
Okay.
decision. You know what I mean? Like
Did you see what they? Okay. Artwork,
gave it
right?
up.
You make artwork, right?
Yeah. Oh no. Is this the barbarian or whatever on the cover?
Well, this is what kind of semi started it, like all over again, but it's gotten worse.
Okay. So the barbarian. What about it? Like the
Well,
barbarian's a girl now. It was always a woman. Like. Where's the meat here?
I have to find the actual post by somebody I don't follow in order to actually get what he's saying.
Okay.
Unless you would like to search it up. His last name was Kuntz.
Well,
But that's kind of what I have to go off of as well at this moment in time because I can't remember.
okay.
Because
Well,
I've kind of had a.
here's the headline
day.
here. But you were sleeping all day.
Well, yeah, because I had a headache this morning.
So here's the headline then.
Hold on.
Some guy D&D, no like D&D, no like Wizards of Coast. Barbarian chick.
I have to find the actual post.
Okay.
Look up the reference for the post. Find the actual person's blog. Read the blog to you. This is a multi-tiered thing. I don't have any memory, so I'm having to go through
it's
my
fine.
history of
We can,
things, you know.
if you if you
Like
can't find it, it's not. It's fine. You know what I mean? It's fine. You don't. We're not here in a court of law here. You know, if someone demands evidence and proof, and they need sources and citations, you know, I believe we could reach that point. It's not a requirement. Oh, we got an objection. We got
Robert J.
Vanithgar.
Kuntz.
We got
Robert J.
Vanithgar.
Kuntz.
Robert J. Kuntz.
Yeah.
Is it Kuntz?
Yeah.
It's not
Robert
Kuntz. It's
J.
not
Kuntz.
Kuntz. Or
It's Kuntz.
it is Kuntz.
Whatever.
Well, see, now I put doubt. Now I
I don't
put
know.
doubt in your mind.
And now I'm trying to find like where it was posted, but
I present to the court. I present to the court this story. Okay, so
yeah, and then it.
okay,
I'm trying to find his post, and it seems like he might have taken it off,
it's gone. It's gone. It's been removed.
or it's been
Which, according
fucking buried
if-
in Twitter. So, but
What-
he pretty much just complained about wizards.
when stuff like that happens, I've heard from Warhammer 40k gatekeepers, that means it's a win. When somebody's post disappears or changes, or something, that means that they won
Okay.
and they
Yeah.
defeated the
Okay.
Wokies.
Here you go. You
All
know,
right.
I have to take a break from posting. The whole attack on the old TSR has really tripped my trigger. A 50th year celebration, and this is it, of the original D&D authors and its supplements. Gary, Dave, Jim Ward, Brian, and Brian Bloom are gone, and that leaves me alone as the last man standing, the last author. It really is a burden watching the slanderous episode unfold, and it was done without one bat of an eyelash. At Wizards of the Coast, fate accompli done in such an assumptive manner as they willed the holy articles on morality which they enact with their reprehensible judge, jury, and executioner demeanor. They are probably wincing and wondering us, the saints of truth, more like snakes. Anyone who would wait until the majority of the authors who created the original material are long since dead, to complete the deed, just to do it on the 50th, show their admirers who's in charge. Stick it to him in this manner is a vile snake. Hold on. Had they feared those times, the times they had no hand in creating, and they especially fear Gary Gygax. His name sent shivers up and down their crooked spines, as if it wasn't enough they have hounded him in life. Let's do the Houdini and trample on his grave. Disgusting slime. Hold on. I lose my place because I have to scroll this gigantic fucking wall of
No,
text.
take your time. Take your time.
But it's not just Gary or Dave and us and others. It's about wanting to wipe us out in success, and they claim our own. In order to do that, the fandom must be attacked, as well as the history. All of it must be purged, never again allowed to exist. Like some evil robber barons parading as the good guys, sleight of hand bullshit from gold, who don't know fantasy or how to summon it. What they know is how to push it down on, I can't read the words because it's blocked by the fucking picture on my screen. So yeah, there you go. Understand he gets all pissed off and he continues on. Now it's the second round. Robler may be a little aged, but he's not dead yet. You made an enemy out of many, you stupid coastal wizards. Let's see how many real magic cards you hold that aren't just illusions. This is a battle neither sought nor wanted by me or nor others. It's just the beginning. You'll soon hear my name enough. It's spelled Kuntz. Kuntz.
What did he say at the end? Can you read that last part again?
I took it down, and it's the part that's like hidden behind this shitty fucking texture on the screen
What
on
was?
like the
No,
fucking post I'm trying to get to.
you just read it. You just said it. What was?
It was paraphrased because
Oh,
it's half cut off.
oh, okay. He said his
Bottom line,
name's
taking their vacations and dreaming about next cafe latte. We fought these establishments puke back in the mid-70s, gathered about, and then it cuts off into a giant sticker. Now it's the second round. Robler may be a little aged, but he's not dead yet. Cuts off into a giant sticker. You made an enemy out of many, you stupid coastal wizards. Let's see how many real magic cards you have that aren't just illusory in this battle. Neither sought nor wanted goes into a giant sticker by me or others. It's just the beginning. You'll hear from my name and get sick of it soon enough. It's spelled Kuntz.
Okay. Yeah, that's. I was just wanting to get that part because that.
Well, it's like
Yeah,
underneath like a fucking
it's okay.
overlay on like the thing that doesn't allow you to.
It's fine. It's fine. You can relax, breathe,
No.
between words. Take a sip of Pepsi or some Mountain Dew.
They're out in the car.
There's probably like a half sipped bottle, a can that's got like
No.
some
No.
right, that's got some ring around the bottom of it that you can
No.
get something out of. Not anymore. Okay. All right. Well, wasn't that an experience? D&D. And you know what? This inspires me to want to play the game.
Sure.
Not really, though.
Yep.
It does sound like there's rough roads ahead for this franchise, for a lot of franchises, for a lot of things. A lot of things are dropping the ball. They're hurting their consumers, they're hurting their fan bases, they're hurting the people that want to love these things. And they're going out of their way. They're going out of their way to alienate their core and to bring on people who aren't their core, thinking that their core will stay.
Well, yeah, that's what they want.
That's what they want. They want to have the cake and eat it too. Right? In the way? But they can either have it or not. And this one, yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one, Chief. It's not seeming like that's working out for him. So,
Well, I mean, I don't know. It seems shitty to like fucking, be like an old man that did something for fun. You know what I'm saying? And then have it come back way
yeah,
years later to where you're like harassed.
where you made something and now because of some type of angry Reddit feminist fucking blogger or somebody on 4chan that's fucking either trolling or not trolling, they're totally serious. You know,
Not even that.
suddenly something, anything, anyone can be targeted because they did or made something. They achieved something. So they have to be taken down. Not just taken down to like everyone else's level where they're not above or the better or they've not achieved anything. They need to be taken down and destroyed. And whatever they achieved, that needs to be destroyed too. Or it's everybody's achievement. Fuck that person. And you know they have to find something, or like they have to tear down things, and they have to destroy things, and they have to ruin everything, because everything now is some type of symbol of fucking colonial white supremacy or something. And so you have to fucking destroy everything. Destroy the Ninja Turtles, because the Ninja Turtles were made by like 2 white guys or something like that. Destroy fucking Star Wars. Destroy Star Wars because George Lucas. Destroy Indiana Jones because Steven Spielberg. Destroy everything because person. And now it's everything needs to be fucking wiped out. Everything. D&D needs to be wiped out. See? It was one of the next things on the chopping block. And everyone laughs when it happens to the other guy. Like when it happens to magic cards or when it happens to this or that. Everyone laughs when it happens to the other guy and they go, "What a fucking dupe. That show sucks." And then it starts happening to them. And they go, "Oh, someone help me." But then everyone else is being turned into Borg too at the same time because no one gives a shit. Everyone was laughing at the first guy that got turned into a Borg. And then the next guy that got turned into a Borg, and then those are the Borg shows. Those are the Borg products. And then suddenly you start turning into a Borg and you start noticing it. There. That's the franchise wars right there. Where everything's getting fucked until everything gets so fucked that it does a hard reset and it pushes back.
Well, like part of it is there's what would you call it? It's more so that like the corporates grand stood and said, "Oh no, look, we're not like them." That's part of the old thing. We don't do that. That's them. When in reality, it's something that it's like the dungeon master has control over it. It's not the game system. You know what I'm saying? Like their games, like
I don't know. I can see some of their arguments for the points that they make.
making it.
I can see through the lies of the Jedi. I mean, don't you think that depicting an entire race of people, dark elves, orcs, what have you, as evil is somewhat in itself is somewhat racist? Saying that all orcs are violent, brutish, stupid thugs that are primitive, it's kind of racist, isn't it? especially when these are now races. Considering, can you have, like, how is an orc now any different from a person when you can have a half orc? What is a half orc? Can we define or describe what a half orc is? Can orcs breed with humans? Only humans? Can they do that with elves? Could they do it with a kobold? Like, what is a half orc exactly? So, and then elves. Elves have different, and of course, it's the elves with the dark skin that are the evil bad ones that are violent and group up on you and like in gangs and stuff. You're hearing it, right? Right? Like, when you portray it in these certain lights, suddenly these things might sound kind of problematic, perhaps. You know, you get, you know what I'm saying, when you're depicting, when you're broad brushing an entire race of people in these fantasy worlds as evil, violent, and dangerous. Suddenly,
but completely taking out the half of them is fine.
oh no, but then there's that too. See, that one, you know, that one I'm not even sure where to go on that one. I don't know how to argue that one from the other side. We need to get rid of half elves and half orcs and half, I don't think they ever made half dwarves, and I don't think halflings are the same as the other ones. So that's a different
Be offensive.
but that's a different type of thing, right? So they might so I don't know what the other side argument was for that, of why you need to get, do you know what it was? What was the other side argument? And like steelman it for it. Like, what was the other side argument for why you need to get rid of half elves and shit?
I haven't.
You have no idea.
It was this that it was like inherently like racist or something like that. Like it was
But how?
because it was, I don't know.
Because it was making it was.
Well, and then they also got rid of everybody's special abilities.
No,
You can just choose those at the start of the game.
I can come at this from a bleeding heart liberal point of view. Okay. Making a spectacle out of selectively ousting or outing and making like a special sort of feature out of people that are multi-racial and calling them half is kind of racist. That's it. There you go. That's the most bleeding heart fucking liberal that I could get as to how you could say that the half is a problem. I don't get it. Like, I'd have to, and I don't see how, like, I'd have to hear it or know what it is. The problem is that the dark-skinned dwarves aren't actually evil, is what Vanithgar is saying. Is that true?
The Draugr.
Are those in D&D?
Well, they made everybody not evil anymore. Like
they should just get rid. You know what they should get rid of?
I don't even know if the Yanti are evil.
You know what
I don't even know if the Yanti are evil.
You know what they should get rid of? Instead of getting rid of half elves and stuff, instead of getting rid of whatever sort of races and things, because you know what? Getting rid of races is kind of racist. So I'm going to spin this around, okay? Into the ultimate weapon. Instead of getting rid of races, which is kind of racist for them to do, why don't they just get rid of the problem that they were pointing out in the beginning? Remove evil from the game. Done. What do you think? Do you like my solution? That's the problem, right? It's evil that's the problem, isn't it? Remove the problem. Evil. Because don't you think that evil is kind of problematic? And it might make some players, you know, uncomfortable or apprehensive about wanting to play the game? Knowing that they would have to come into confrontation with evil and they would have to interact with evil.
They'd have to put themselves in a potentially compromising situation.
Well, I mean, what's worse from the bleeding heart liberal? If you get rid of races, or if you get rid of evil. You know what I mean? What is the greater evil? What's the problem? The problem is you can't say that this is evil or that's evil or that, even though there's certain descriptions to what these mean. Like evil has a certain meaning on a certain chart or whatever. Like there's a description on like a big cube or whatever, like a big square that shows a bunch of squares as to what each like alignment level means your character is or something like that, right? There's something like that exists somewhere. So each one of these alignments means something, and it means that your character acts a certain way within the framework of like the rules and laws of this world that you live in. Which, I mean, I don't know, people should probably have a basic idea of what that means, because it's kind of bullshit to walk in blind into a world where you should know what the laws and what the norms of the world. Like, imagine you walk into a world where everyone has to eat their hot dog backwards.
Ugh.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you didn't know that and you started eating your hot dog regular and you get arrested, isn't that kind of unfair? You should have known that you're supposed to eat it backwards. So suddenly, there could be problems. But, when you're in these alignments, it means certain things for your character. And generally, evil is lining into the self-serving sort of zone. And then there's, like, lawful and unlawful. So if your character is unlawful evil, which is like, the typical peanut butter chocolate combo of things, they're self-serving and they break the law, which means that this person's likely then also additionally violent, dangerous, and take stuff that they want. Right? And that sounds like an orc tribe. But then again, now they want to like depict orcs as peaceful tribes that just want to be free.
I don't understand.
Right? They're just peacefully doing their laundry. Look, there's orc kids that are playing. Right? Like they want to make them like just people when orcs are meant to be like monsters.
Yeah.
Like when did monsters stop having like a weight? Monsters aren't just monsters because they're another creature that looks scary. Monsters, you know how like people make the point of monsters aren't the scary looking person, it's the sinister evil person? Like, who's the monster in that Predators movie where you know the one where they're on that moon and then they have the guy from that 70s show and he's like drugging people up and he's like a crazy murderer or whatever? It's like, who's the monster on that show, on that movie? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's a very good point.
so,
But I mean, like, there's also the fact that it's like also like very like fun for a lot of players to have like that experience of having like that conflicted like character, and that's been completely taken away because everybody's peaceful, happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have somebody that's like naturally looked at and has like hardships
do
inside the game.
you know what D&D's
Because
become? You know?
uphill.
Did you ever play Mario RPG?
Yes.
You know the opening of it where it's like dee 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 dee, and it's all happy and there's like dancing flowers and they're like having a
Yes.
picnic and shit? That's Dungeons and Dragons now.
Yes.
Are we gonna go on an adventure? Yes. You meet a goblin. Hi, Mr. Goblin. The treasure is over there. Oh, thank you. Da na na na. You're welcome, travelers. Be nice to the next goblin you see. He may give you a hint, hee hee. Wow, let's go on an adventure. I'm kind of tired. Let's get second breakfast. Don't you mean first breakfast? Yes, but I'm extra hungry. Ha 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 ha. Let's go and get breakfast. You go and get breakfast at the local tavern. Everyone there is smiling, and no one there is upset. Everyone there is looking off in terror. As the wait, why are they in terror? I don't understand. Because Big Brother's making sure that everyone's happy and being PC. Oh, okay, that's all right then. We enjoy our meal. Right? Like, Big Brother nods in approval. Yay! Da-na-na-na! Right? Is that Dungeons and Dragons now?
I'm pretty close, sadly enough. Like,
Well, that sounds like shit.
it's pretty bad.
That sounds like absolute horse shit. Absolute shit. You know what's the one that I think if we were to play, because now that we're having a conversation about it, see how that see the magic there? That's the magic of Disney. Da-na-na-na-na, right there. Okay. So the one that I think that would be fun to play, and I think that if we were to do this, if we had like, and I don't know, like I'm just spitballing here, okay? That if there was like a night that we did this, and I don't know how long would a session of a game be? And I'm saying any game, so a couple hours. So if this was like an hour or two long stream, so it had, and it could have like maybe, I don't know, 1 to 2 players. You know, keep it kind of tight. You know what I mean? Let's not make this huge and expansive where everybody needs to go take a shit and get their Mountain Dew. You know what I mean? Keep it tight. Keep it within the family sort of thing, right? I think that the one that would be on brand, on point, and would fit right in would be the Star Trek role-playing game. I think that the Star Trek role-playing game could allow for a minimalist amount of players, and could have new adventures on every session or every 2 sessions, so there could be some that are cliffhangers, kind of like episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation, where there would be standalone adventures that take the 2 hours, and then sometimes there's one that take 4 hours because it's like a 2-parter. And then characters can switch up. There could be different characters that are played, different adventures, different stories told, and it could allow for a drop in and drop out of certain guest player character and etceteras. I think that the Star Trek RP would work perfect for the format that we have here, right here. That's my thoughts on that. Star Trek. It's kind of like Star Trek The Next Generation, which, while clearly objectively it is the superior, it will never truly be as recognized as the original.
I mean, I could see it, but
I mean, you know, think about it. Like, you know, one day there's an adventure where the bridge crew character, main character, sort of guy, goes on this adventure, does something, saves the day, goes back, yay. Next day, maybe, you know, another sort of action adventure-y sort of story, whatever it is, dealer's choice. And maybe if, you know, depending on how familiar things get, it could, whoever's even, you know, running it could change even. You know, like there could, you know, if I ever became familiar with that, I think you were way more familiar with than I was. So I think you'd be running the show. But, you know, if I became more familiar, sometimes there could be, this is an adventure I made, and then you have the character that comes in, you know, kind of like the Lower Decks sort of episode, you know, where all of a sudden there's a brand new cast of characters that show up, and now you're following their adventure. You know, things could happen. See, this seems like it's ripe for opportunity, flexibility, fun, and story building. Lore. Lore? Like Star Trek, The Next Generation?
oh,
See? Lore. That is lore right there. But I think we just hit 3 hours, so I think that's probably going to be the wrap up there. We'll put that pitch out there. So we'll do the outro thing. We'll say goodnight. You got any things to say at the end here?
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for dealing with my tiredness.
Make sure
And,
to
yeah.
make sure to like, subscribe, share, comment, fucking get a tattoo of Jackler and
Oh God,
and
don't do that.
peace. I'm out.
No tattoos.
No tattoos.
Laters.